HGPTV. Ghosts Multi...
Good evening, welcome to HGPTV, Holy Ghost Prep TV. This evening we have the JV rivalry between Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds versus the Bensalem High School Owls. The Firebirds are coming off a tie and a win, so they plan on continuing the winning streak. Bensalem Owls, they are coming off a loss, so they plan on being aggressive to win. Joining me this afternoon is my color commentator, Vincent Riccio. Vincent, what are your thoughts going into this game?
You know, Holy Ghost, the JV team has played good so far. Hopefully they can come back with another win after the tie, and it should be a good game.
Now, starting in goalie for the Firebirds is Brandon McGrogan. And, Vincent, who is the goalie for Bensalem?
Bensalem goalkeeper today is Anthony Masonette, number 0. Pratt, would you like to go and say Holy Ghost starters?
Yes, the Holy Ghost starters are Joe Anderson, Pat Mazeski, Jake Andorowski, Sandro Choka, Michael Del Bruno, Sean Lee, Shane Lynch, Dominic Monaco, Nicholas Lilly, and Cole Stiegbug. That is the Firebirds starting 5. Vincent, who is the starting 5 for Bensalem?
For Bensalem, number 28, Kevin McCarron, Ricardo Velasquez, Victor Kalowski, Luca Laguda, Anthony Masonette, as I mentioned in goal, Curtin Patel, Ryan Thomas, Malik Awad, Yusuf Baeg, Michael Bursky, and Anatoly Asta. As
the game has started right now, the Bensalem Owls are on offense here, trying to get a goal started. Here comes Bensalem. Ghost putting on pressure as they are trying to get past the half line. Here comes Ghost. Ghost trying to get a goal here.
Nice footwork here by Andorowski.
Andorowski back to Del Bruno. Here comes Andorowski, and it looks like it's going to be an offsides call on the Firebirds as the Bensalem Owls will kick it.
It looks like it'll be number 24, Luca Lugata on the kick for the right back for Bensalem. You know, Holy Ghost has been playing good. You know, one player key to point out would be Brandon McGrogan on the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he is a wonderful goalie. He plays for YMS, which YMS is a huge club team for Holy Ghost Prep. So coming from YMS, you can definitely see that there's a lot of talent. And he is a junior, so he is trying to fight for a spot to make varsity next year.
Definitely. Nonetheless, Holy Ghost is starting on their aggressive surge as they bring it up towards the midfield here.
Monaco trying to get the ball back out to Del Bruno, but cannot get it. Here comes Shane Lynch, and he is able to force the ball out of bounds.
Shane Lynch, one of the vital players on the back end, starting every game. You know, he has just locked down defense. I played against him in CYO back when I was at St. Ephraim's, and he played at St. Bede's. You know, he stopped us every game. You know, we didn't score very many goals against him.
The one thing about this Firebirds defense that next year varsity will be seen is how fast and how quick they are. Dominic Monaco and Shane Lynch, they are really quick, they are fast, and they are really big for their height. So that helps a lot when it goes against big, tall strikers.
Definitely.
And it is Bensalem. It will be a Firebirds throw-in. My apologies. Dominic Monaco throw it in to Del Bruno, trying to get offense here, but the Owls would get the ball back. Here comes the Bensalem Owls, and looks like it's another out of bounds. Bensalem quickly gets it out, and here comes the Owls, but Holy Ghost Prep stops it.
The ball did appear to be played out there, a bit too much steam on it. You know, the Bensalem Owls are applying most of the pressure in this game so far. It looks like Holy Ghost is going to need to find some offensive footing here.
Here comes the Owls now, and looks like it is going to be Firebirds ball, throw-in from Dominic Monaco. Here comes Monaco, trying to get it out quickly. And Andorowski trying to get that ball. Andorowski, one of the great strikers for this team.
Yeah, last year on a freshman year team, he had like almost half the team's goals. He played wonderful, you know. Great agility up on offense. Plays all three: baseball, basketball, soccer. You can tell he's just a all-around great athlete.
And now looks like it's going to be the Holy Ghost kick, a chance to get a goal here to start off the game with around 30 minutes and 50 seconds left. Here comes Sandro Choka now with the kick. He is an excellent kicker here. Let's see if he's able to get it in the goal or make an assist.
Might be tough here with the wall from Bensalem, but we'll see what he does here.
Here comes Choka getting ready for the kick. Sandro Choka for the kick, and it will be saved by Bensalem's goalie, Anthony Mason. My apologies about that. Great save by Bensalem's goalie.
Yeah, it didn't look like Sandro got the kick. He won on it. Great try there by Holy Ghost, but, that's a really good offensive pressure that they put onto the field. Bensalem really hasn't had a chance like that so far, so Holy Ghost is on the right footing right now.
And looks like Holy Ghost gets the ball back on offense, but it will be a Bensalem throw-in. Great defense there by Dom Monaco, playing it safe, letting the ball be close to the out-of-bounds line, as Mike D with an excellent kick. Great kick by Mike D to send it to near the 15 line. Here comes Bensalem's goalie now with a high moon kick.
A lot of action's been here seen by Dom Monaco and Shane Lynch on the right side of the defense. They've just been playing a great game so far.
And Del Buno tried to connect with Andorowski, but could not connect on that pass. It will be a Bensalem throw-in again. Here comes Bensalem trying to get things rolling, but they could not get it. Here comes Andorowski now. Andorowski trying to get a goal here, but Bensalem will stop it. But it will be a Holy Ghost Prep throw-in. Andorowski will throw in. Andorowski now gives it to Choka. Choka trying to find an open teammate.
Seems like everyone's being defended here heavily by Holy Ghost so far.
Choka tries going for the throw-in. Could not get it. It will be another. It will be Bensalem's kick.
Yeah, Holy Ghost is trying to get something there. It's unsuccessful, but still, Holy Ghost, great pressure there.
Here comes Anthony Mason with the kick. Here comes the fire. Bensalem trying to get an offense here, but the Ghost defense stops it. Del Bruno tried to get a pass in, but could not get it and connect with his teammate. It will be a Holy Ghost throw-in.
Looks like Holy Ghost is facilitating much of the offense so far, but, there is a call on the field here. It looks like it'll be a Holy Ghost kick, another great opportunity for them to try and score a goal.
Firebirds right now looking great right now. They are being able to go and get a great offense started, and the defense is looking great right now. Good start from the Firebirds.
Oh, definitely. Every defender has had some action on the ball so far, and they've shut down Bensalem's opportunities and have the transition game pretty good so far.
And
that is Cole Strubick on the kick, but it is blocked, so it was unsuccessful.
Here comes Lee now. Lee passes it. Here comes Strubick with the ball, and it'll be out of bounds.
Will be a Bensalem throw-in after the Holy Ghost opportunity, and another great step up there by Nick Lilly on the defense.
Here comes Ghost now. Right now, a lot of headbutts. Here comes Ghost trying to get something started, and Bensalem will send it back. Don Monaco will get the ball, trying to get a pass here. Oh, great fake by Monaco. Monaco trying to bring the ball up, but the Bensalem will stop it.
Yeah, great footwork there, especially out of a defender in Don Monaco there. You don't see that much. They usually just try and get around some of the defenders, not go on a transition game like
Del
Don
Bruno
Monaco
with the pass, and now here comes Ghost trying to get some offense here.
Just keep watching.
And it will be out of bounds, and it will be a Bensalem throw-in with 26 minutes in the first half. Right now, it is a 0-0 game. Here comes a kick now from Bensalem. Shane Lynch will try to pass it Dom Monaco. Dom gets it. He's in the corner. And looks like it's going to be Bensalem throwing. Here comes Ghost. Del Bruno try to get it past him, but there is a call.
Yeah, it'll be a throw in here for Bensalem. Holy Ghost did maybe think they did have an opportunity there, but it does look like Bensalem's attacker or midfielder there did just play out of bounds. It'll be Holy Ghost throwing.
Here comes Monaco with a throw in, and Bensalem will get the ball. Here comes Bensalem. And Ghost. Here comes Ghost trying to get some movement here. Andorowski with the ball. Here comes Del Bruno now. Del Bruno, he has a chance, and it will be knocked out of Bensalem. Great attempt from Mike Del Bruno, because now Holy Ghost Prep gets a chance for a corner kick.
Yeah, the corner kick, one of the greatest opportunities in the game of soccer besides a free kick or a penalty kick. Holy Ghost has a great opportunity here.
Here comes
it is 0-0 still.
Here comes Sandro Choca now, one of the great lefty kickers for the Firebirds, as he'll try to go for a kick, and it will be hit. Dom Monaco will kick it, but Bensalem Owls goalie Anthony Masont will save it. Here comes the Owls now, trying to get offense started here. Bensalem and Dom Monaco with this great defense. Great defense by Dom Monaco. Here comes the Firebirds now, trying to get a goal here. And Bensalem will stop that. Bensalem trying to keep going. And here comes a great opportunity by Bensalem. Can Dom Monaco stop it? And great stop by Dom Monaco.
Yeah, definitely a great step up there, If it weren't for Dom Monaco there, it could have been a 2-0 and Holy Ghost would have had big opportunity to go down and be trailing in this game so far, but, great play there.
Here comes Andorowski now with the ball. Andorowski trying to bring the ball up, but two Bensalem defenders stop him. Andorowski back with the ball. Here comes Monaco. Here comes a couple passes.
One thing I would like to point out so far is, Holy Ghost has had more of the offensive opportunities so far, but, the defense and the goalkeeper for Bensalem have been pretty good to start off the game, as we are still tied 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. One thing about the goalies is making sure that you are saving your goals early in the game, just because then eventually your players are going to be running out of energy. So great stuff by Anthony Masont, Bensalem goalie, saving some goals before players start to lose their energy.
And to mention, we did have a bunch of substitutions on the Holy Ghost side of the field. It looks like almost everyone except maybe Dom Monaco and Cole Schrubik have came off the field and have been placed on the bench to refresh a bit, but hopefully Holy Ghost can keep up this pressure that they've maintained so far.
Here comes the Owls now with a kick. Here comes the Firebirds now, trying to get something started. Firebirds. And it will be out of bounds. It will be the Bensalem Owls. Ball. Here comes the Firebirds now, trying to get offensive movement here, and it'll be kicked out.
It'll be a Holy Ghost out, another opportunity here, as we have not seen a good chance yet for the new replenished Holy Ghost players, but looks like we'll have a glimpse of it here.
Right now, about 21 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half of this JV rivalry between Bensalem and Bensalem Owls and the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds.
Ghost will have a corner here. Some new faces on offense as well. Kevin Rhodes, usually he's playing defense, but he will be playing striker today.
Here comes Monaco trying to save the ball here. Monaco trying to play one-on-one with his defender, but he does not get the footwork. Here comes Bensalem now. Bensalem stopped. Here comes Kevin Rhodes trying to get a kick in, and it will be out of bounds. Great attempt by Kevin Rhodes, just not the right angle for the right shot.
Yeah, he also did have 3 defenders on him, and the goalie was nearby. No other Holy Ghost help there, so it looks like it will be an easy turnover for Bensalem to have.
Here comes a kick now from Bensalem. They have been trying to get some offense here, but we've been seeing some great defense for HolyGhostPrep right now. Here comes Bensalem now, and a slide tackle by Don Monaco. Great slide tackle.
You know, to point out this game so far, I feel like you have to say the MVP so far has to be Don Monaco. Countless offensive plays to keep the ball in and keep facilitating offense while also maintaining that great defensive skill to shut down the Bensalem Owls.
One thing I feel like teams don't always mention is their defenders. Defenders are a huge key in soccer because you rather have a game ended 0-0 than you losing 1-0, and Don Monaco has been playing well and making sure that no one is getting past to go to McGrogan. So McGrogan is safe right now.
Oh, definitely. You know, it doesn't get mentioned a lot, but the defense is the backbone of the team. And without the defense, you know, you may be able to score goals, but you're also going to let that as many in. So, you know, great defensive play so far. Hopefully, Holy Ghost can keep it up.
Here comes Ghost and Bensalem fighting in the center spots. Ghost and looks like Pasquale Santro trying to get the stop there. It's going to be a Firebirds throw-in. No, Owls throw-in, my apologies. Here comes Ghost now, trying to get an offensive possession here. Here comes a chance. Here comes Joshua Cohen. Cohen could not get it. Here comes Shane Lynch trying to get the pass. And the Firebirds run was stopped. But Shane Williams gets the ball back. Shane Lynch trying to get a shot, and it's good! The Firebirds score on the first attempt by Shane Lynch. Great shot there.
Well, a goal there by Cole Stuybeck. You know, coming in at 19 minutes and 7 seconds left. You know, just about halfway through the first frame. You know, Holy Ghost, you know, you can tell they've been playing great so far, and now rewarded with a goal there.
Great goal by the Firebirds to start things off with 19 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half. Firebirds are up 1-0.
You could almost tell that goal was coming soon. You know, the constant pressure on the offensive end. You know, Holy Ghost has been playing a great game so far. Nonetheless, they do take the ball up and start the offensive transition, not slowing down after their defensive play.
And here comes Bensalem Owls trying to get a goal back. And it will be Bensalem Owls trying to continue, trying to get a couple passes in. Here comes the Owls now, trying to go in for a goal. And it will be stopped by the Firebirds. Great defense there by the Firebirds.
Some substitutions on the field. A little hard to see out from here. We don't know who that is right now. Could believe that is Nick Fay and another player who we'll get back to you on that, but you know, Holy Ghost does have a 6 kick here, courtesy of McGrogan.
Here comes McGrogan now, really known for his big kicks here. Tries to get it to Knox. Here comes Kevin Rhodes. Kevin Rhodes trying to get something here, and he could not get it to the feet of the offense.
Looks like the player that did come in, is James Zakarski, number 6 there. He came in alongside number 13, Nick Fay, just to let you guys know.
Here comes the Owls now, trying to get offense going here. And it will be saved by McGrogan. Great save by Brandon McGrogan there. McGrogan with the kick. Here comes the Owls now, trying to get something here, and the Firebirds are continuing a good job of stopping it. Here comes Bensalem now, towards the right side of the field, trying to get a movement, some type of offensive movement going.
Looks like there is a foul on Holy Ghost defender there, and it looks like it will occur for a Bensalem kick here. You know, one of Bensalem's good offensive opportunities of the game so far. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Here comes the Owls now, trying to go for a goal. And it will be was stopped by the Firebirds. Great defense by the Firebirds altogether. Here comes the Owls now, trying to continue that great offensive plays, as it will be called an offsides on Bensalem. It will be a Holy Ghost kick.
Yeah, just to point out once again, Holy Ghost defense has been good, clearing that ball away, not even having McGurgan to make a play there, as they were just able to get it out on their own.
Monaco now with the kick, around 16 minutes left in the first half. The Firebirds are up right now 1-0 against Bensalem Owls. Here comes Bensalem. Kevin Rhodes trying to get the stop. Rhodes, and it will be kicked off by the Bensalem Owls. Monaco with the headbutt. Here comes Bensalem trying to get a couple passes in, but looks like they cannot get it. Monaco with the kick out. Bensalem at the half. Here comes Kevin Rhodes now, trying to bring the ball up. Rhodes trying to make a play here. Here comes Kevin Rhodes. Can he get the kick? Pushes off his defender. Rhodes trying to find his players, and it could not happen. Great effort by Kevin Rhodes.
Yeah, that was a great play there. He was smothered by 3 of the defenders and still was able to keep the offense going for Holy Ghost.
As goalkeeper for Bensalem, Anthony Masont will save it. Great save by Masont.
Yeah, no, it was a weird kick there as it crossed by Pat Visnarius. You know, trying to get in. Looks like it did come off a body there. And, you know, it was a great save by Anthony Masont.
Here comes the Firebirds now. Trying to stop the Owls offense, as it goes out of bounds. And it will be the Firebirds ball.
Will be McGurgan on the kick, as we are within under the final half of this first half. Excuse me there. 14 minutes remaining, and the ball will go out. Holy Ghost is going to start the offensive push here, but some substitutions will come onto the field.
Here comes Joshua Cohen now with the throw-in for the Firebirds.
Looks like Josh Cohen is treating the ball a bit, giving it to Matt Boyle, seeing if he can do anything. It looks like they're actually going to be taking Josh Cohen off, excuse me. It'll be a throw in here for Matt Boyle. Now, a lot of Holy Ghost players are being headed, so he'll have to get something off nice.
Matt Boyle, a new addition to the team. Last year he didn't play, but this year he joined the JV team. As Andorowski tried to get the ball, but knocked off his feet. McCorsky could not save it.
It will be Bensalem's throw in here, as Holy Ghost is keeping them out of their own territory. Hopefully Holy Ghost can start more of an offensive push and make this lead even bigger.
Because having a 2-0 lead at halftime is a great thing for the Firebirds, as we've seen before, but the Firebirds cannot get their offense rolling. Here comes Bensalem offense now, trying to connect the dots with passes, but they cannot connect.
Yeah, you know, it's not that easy to score goals in soccer, so if you're going to be up 2-0, that's a pretty substantial lead to maybe even shut the game down.
Here comes the throw-in now for the Firebirds. Firebirds with the throw-in, and Bensalem will get the ball. Here comes Bensalem. Bensalem starting to get more cleaner passes, as they are going to try to push the ball up, but Don Monaco will stop it. Great save by Don Monaco.
Yeah, definitely, but nonetheless, the ball is still being played out here by Bensalem here, as they facilitate the ball around the midfield, hoping to get some offensive opportunities started.
Here comes the Firebirds now. They have got the ball, and looks like it's going to be called an offsides call on the Firebirds. Interesting call there.
Yeah, it did seem that maybe Jake Andorowski did get a little bit ahead of the defensive player there, but, you know, could be a questionable call, but nonetheless, it will be Bensalem's ball.
Here comes Bensalem's kick now. Bensalem trying to get an offensive possession here to score. Bensalem passing the ball around, and it looks like it's another out of bounds. Bensalem having quite a few out of bounds kicks today.
You know, when you're down, you can have some pressure on you. You know, maybe Bensalem has the urgency to score. That could be attributed to some of the sloppiness that they've been playing with. so far.
Here comes Bensalem trying to get the ball back from a Gorgon's kick, and it will be the Firebirds throw in. Here comes the Firebirds, and looks like it is Joshua Cohen trying to get the ball, but he could not get it.
Yeah, it did look like it did tip off maybe a cleat of a Bensalem defender there. Nonetheless, Holy Ghost still has an opportunity to start this offensive attack.
Here comes the throw in by the Firebirds, and they could no connection there on the pass. It's going to be the Owls throw in.
Am I meeting in 3, 2, 1?
And welcome back to HGPTV as Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds are up 1-0 right now with around 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half as the Firebirds trying to get something moving here. Here come the Firebirds, and it'll be out of bounds. Bensalem ball.
In case you were watching the stream, there was a mistake on the scoreboard. It is still 1-0 Holy Ghost Firebirds with 10 minutes to play, just for some clarification there. Nonetheless, Holy Ghost still has that offensive surge here. It will be a throw-in once again on the left side of the offensive pitch.
Here comes the Firebirds now with a throw-in. Trying to get another goal here would be awesome for the Firebirds.
Ball's played back, and it gets around one of the defenders. Holy Ghost is going to need to backtrack, and that's what they do. They'll retain possession here.
Makarski tried to get a pass to Monaco, but cannot work out. Here comes the Firebirds again with the stop from Bensalem's offense. Here with Makarski now in the middle, trying to get a pass to someone. Ghost trying to continue their passing. And it'll be stopped by the Owls. Here comes the Owls now, trying to get a goal here.
Yeah, there is some sloppy, aggressive play in the midfield here. It looks like Bensalem's going to try to emerge with it, but it looks like Holy Ghost does make a good defensive play to get the ball out. It'll be a Bensalem throw-in.
Yeah, right now, as we know, Bensalem is coming off a loss, so we do know that Bensalem is trying their best to get a goal here and tie things up to hopefully get a win. Here comes Bensalem now with the throw-in. Bensalem with the throw-in now, and looks like a little bit of confusion here, and it'll be out of bounds again. Looks like two of the Bensalem players collided together and were a bit mix-max.
Yeah, definitely, but Bensalem trying to get an offensive play there. Another great defensive play there by Don Monaco. It'll be a corner kick. It looks like it'll be a corner kick. Excuse me. And Holy Ghost will set up for it right now.
Here comes the Owls trying to get something, and the Firebirds will kick it out. And it will be Bensalem throw-in. Here comes the Owls trying to go in for a throw-in. Bensalem trying to go, but looks like it's just again scrappy soccer we're seeing right now from the offensive side.
Yeah, definitely. Nonetheless, Holy Ghost is playing some great defense as they're starting the transition play here. You know, they've had around 6 or 7 takeaways so far that have gone on to offensive transition so far. Great work out of them.
And here comes, it'll be out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a Firebird. The Firebirds will have a kick. Now, with around 7 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half of this JV rivalry between Bensalem Owls versus the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds, as the Firebirds trying to get a kick in, trying to pass to center field. Here comes Andorowski with a pass to Cohen, and Cohen could not get it.
Ball played here by Knox Malzinski. He gets it towards the middle, too far ahead for Sandro. It'll be a save by Anthony Maisonette.
Here comes the Bensalem Owls now, trying to get offense possession here, with around 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. Looks like a Bensalem throw-in out of bounds of Holy Ghost Prep, and it will be the Firebirds will kick it out. Here comes McCarski. He's trying to get the ball, but it will be Owls. The Owls, a lot of scrappy soccer right now we're seeing.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth, almost like pinball in the midfield here. But, it seems like Holy Ghost has kind of regressed a bit on the offensive side, but, have played some great defense. But it looks like we are going to have a fail here. This might be a free kick for Bensalem Owls. We'll see what the official says. This could be bad for Holy Ghost. And it looks like they're going to call a penalty kick. A prime opportunity, a great opportunity for the Bensalem Owls to get on the board. McGrogan's going to have to come up clutch.
One thing is that I feel like this Firebirds will get a good stop because of how tall they are. But McGrogan, I think, will get the stop. Here comes McGrogan now. And McGrogan could not save it. The Bensalem Owls score. It is now tied 1-1 with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first half of this JV rivalry.
Can't really blame McGrogan there. There is a foul there. Can't do anything about it. Penalty kick. They're like 9 yards away from the goal. It's just easy to get one in, overpower the goalkeeper. Unfortunate for Holy Ghost, but they can get back in it.
And that goal was by Victor Koliski, sophomore for the Owls. Here comes Andorowski now, kicking it for the Firebirds, trying to get a goal back. Here comes a big kick from McCarski, and it lands to the goalie's hands of Bensalem. Here comes the Owls now, trying to get another possession of scoring. Bensalem trying to keep going with the scoring. And looks like it's going to be stopped by the Firebirds. Great stop by the Firebirds with around 5 minutes left in the first half of this JV game.
Ball played towards the midfield here as Bensalem has had some, animosity after that goal there, putting on a lot of pressure. Looks like the Firebirds are going to have to try and get that flair they had during the first half of the first half back.
Here comes the Firebirds now, trying to get a goal here. Here comes Andorowski, bringing up the ball now. Here comes Andorowski. Can he get a goal here? Andorowski, and looks like it's going to be a foul on Bensalem, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good call there. Andorowski's shirt was being held there. It'll be a free kick for Holy Ghost right outside the 18. Another great opportunity. First they've had in about 10 to 15 minutes so far.
Here comes Sandro Choka now. Can Choka get the goal here? Choka trying to connect with the Firebird. Choka, and it is a goal by Dominic Monaco. Great goal by Dominic Monaco there as he is showing us some love. Firebirds are up 2-1 with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left in this game. JV rivalry between Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Bensalem Owls. Wow, the defender gets his goal.
Yeah, what a sequence of events there, With 4 minutes left, Saunders crosses it in, gets it to Jake for the header, over to Dom Monaco, the defender who plays that offensive role. It's beautiful to see. Great sequence of events, Holy Ghost back on the board.
And as the Firebirds trying to get another goal here, and Bensalem will get the stop. But you have to give credit where it's due. The defender Dom Monaco has been putting his butt in this whole game, getting stops for the Firebirds, and you get what you get. You go get a goal.
You're such a well-rounded player, He's back on defense, stopping plays, coming up on the offense, plays the entire field. Great player, great goal there.
And here comes the Owls now, near the half line, but the Firebirds are putting in intense effort.
Yeah, that's what I said Holy Ghost needed, They didn't have that much time left, about 5 minutes, and they were able to get the goal there to bring their spirits back up, their flair, their hope. Holy Ghost playing some great ball right now.
Here comes the Firebirds. Here comes the Owls, my apologies. And Dom Monaco with the kick out and tries to hit Joshua Cohen, but could not get that pass.
It will be a throw-in for the Owls with under 3 minutes remaining, Holy Ghost, some great soccer today. Thoughts on, some of the attackers that have been setting up some of the plays like Sandro and Jake Andorowski?
Yeah, no, Sandro Choka left lefty kicker for the Firebirds. So you know that ball is going to come in with a great spiral for a striker. And Choka got the right attack for the Firebirds to get Monaco with the headbutt kick.
Nonetheless, Holy Ghost gets the ball. As we emerge with 2 minutes remaining, it will be a Holy Ghost throw-in here.
Here comes the throw-in for the Firebirds. Firebirds trying to get something rolling here. Here comes Andorowski, got it kicked off. And now the Owls near it, past the half line. Here comes the Bensalem Owls. Can they get another goal here? And it will be kicked out by the Firebirds. Here comes Andorowski, passes it up.
Looks like Holy Ghost has an opportunity to get something before the half ends.
Here comes Makarski with a kick, and it is outside. Great kick there by Makarski with about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Firebirds are up 2-1.
Yeah, no, they've had much of the offensive great play so far after that Bensalem goal. You know, that's what you love to see. A great response after, the defeating kick. Oh, the penalty there, Holy Ghost just able to get hopes back up.
Here comes Ghost now, trying to get another offensive possession here. Ghost, and it will be out of bounds. Try to connect there with Andorowski, but could not get the kick in. Around 57 seconds left in the first half of this game between the HolyGhostPrep Firebirds versus Bensalem. And here comes Joshua Cohen now. Here comes Cohen. Can he get a goal here before the half ends? Cohen to Makarski. Makarski fell down, and a foul call for the Firebirds with around 30 seconds left in the first half. They have to be quick here to see if they can get a 3-1 lead here.
Once again, another chance here for Holy Ghost, maybe to go up 3-1. Hopefully, 2-goal lead going into the half. That will be great for the Firebirds.
And a yellow card is called for the Bensalem Owls. Number 13 receives a yellow card to start off the game, and he will be substituted out. Not great sportsmanship there.
Yeah, it looks like he was just back talking to the ref. Holy Ghost does have 16 seconds and 16.4 seconds to do something here. Sandra, left-footed midfielder here. Looks like maybe something can happen.
Here comes Michael Fermani now with the kick, and it'll look like Choka will get the kick. Choka cannot get that kick, and great defense there by Bensalem Owls. Here comes the Owls now, trying to get a quick kick here. Makarski will with the headbutt.
As we emerge with 4 seconds left, as the time ends, we will be going to half.
And as it will be, the HolyGhostPrep Firebirds are up 2-1 against the Bensalem Owls. A rivalry JV game for tonight. Coming up next will be the second half of this game. We'll be back to you. Hello and welcome back to the second half of HGPTV JV soccer game between the rivalry of Bensalem Owls and the HolyGhostPrep Firebirds, as we have the second half going for the Firebirds. They started off with a goal from their freshman, and then after that, defense player Don Monaco got a goal in, and now they're up currently 2-1 against the Bensalem Owls, trying to continue that lead till the end of the game with around 36 minutes left in this starting the half.
And also to mention, we do have a change in goal. McGrogan will be coming out for James McCusker. As you guys may know, fellow commentator, he did do the freshman game at the Frenzy with Pratt.
Yes.
Should be interesting. McGrogan did give up one goal. Hopefully Holy Ghost can maintain this lead so far, and we will get underway as Kevin Rhodes has the ball in the offensive zone.
Here comes Rhodes now, trying to get a goal here. Passes goal, and it'll be a slide tackle by Bensalem's defense. Great opportunity for KJ Rhodes, who is, by the way, this is his secondary sport. He is part of the HolyGhostPrep varsity basketball team.
Yes, he is. Great contributor on the basketball team. He is a great contributor on this team as well. Nonetheless, Holy Ghost will have a corner kick, another great opportunity for them.
Corner kick by Ghost now. Here comes Ghost, trying to find a Firebird, and they cannot get it. Here comes Bensalem now. Bensalem trying to hold their ground on defense, but right now it is in the matchup.
It will be a Holy Ghost throw in here as there was some scramble in the Bensalem defensive zone, and Holy Ghost just ricocheting a lot of the balls that Bensalem's trying to clear. Looks like Bensalem will try to maintain possession here. Not if it's for Kevin Rhodes, who gets the ball away, seeing what he can do, tries to get it on goal. It's unsuccessful.
Great attempt there by Kevin Rhodes right now. I'm pretty interested to know why the JV HolyGhostPrep coach is letting some of the bench go in right now, like Kevin Rhodes.
I mean, you could say that the HolyGhostPrep right now is up, not too much pressure on them to score a goal or anything, but they still do need to play some great defense as McCusker makes a beautiful save. First bit of action today. Let's see what he does here.
Great save there by McCusker, was ready, had the knee down, and now he goes for a high kick that is trying to go to Cohen. Here comes Joshua Cohen now. Cohen. And the Bensalem will get the stop.
Looks like the dynamic duo Cohen and Kevin Rhodes have it on offense here as it gets swatted away by Bensalem Owls defense as they start the offensive transition here.
Here goes Bensalem now, trying to get it off, trying to continue the offense here, but they are slowly trying to figure it out as McCusker will get a save again. Great save by McCusker.
Looks like he's going to punt it again, big, high, long punts in the air. He'll get it over to Josh Cohen, but can't settle. And it looks like Kevin Rhodes going to get the ball again, trying to go for a through ball for Mike Del Buno. Just a little too much steam on it there, though. Close.
Del Buno was trying to get a ball there as the goalie went aggressive, so that could have been a great chance for the Firebirds as Don Monaco will kick it, and the Firebirds are at the half line.
Oh, that ball is hit off the face of a defender for Bensalem. Hopefully he's okay, but it will be a throw for Holy Ghost on offense once again.
Strikebug tried to continue going through, but he could not finish on the offensive side. Here comes the Firebirds now with the throw in. Here comes Cohen, could not get it through. Around 32 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half. And by the way, after this game, it will be the senior night of varsity soccer. HolyGhostPrep Firebirds versus the rival Bensalem Owls. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, the ceremonies do begin at 6:45 if there is no delay, but it should be a great game, Battle of Bensalem, great day for Holy Ghost soccer should be a great game.
As Bensalem's goalkeeper, Jonathan Kuna, gets that save. Here comes the Owls now, trying to go and get a goal here. Bensalem starting to connect the dots now on the passes. Sean Lee guarding, and looks like Lee will be able to stop, but Bensalem gets the ball back, and it will be out of bounds. Great defense by the Firebirds as Firebirds are moving quickly. Here goes Joshua Cohen now. Cohen with the ball. Cohen trying to get a goal here. Here comes Cohen. Cohen, and it is blocked by Bensalem. Here comes Del Buno. Del Buno with the kick, and he could not get a great kick there by Del Buno, just not the right angle there.
Yeah, a bit off balance there, off the outside of the net. You know, I wasn't expecting a shot that powerful, you know, getting near the net there, but great play by Del Buno.
Here comes Bensalem kick now. Bensalem with the kick, and it'll be around the half line as the Firebirds get the stop. Here comes the ball. Del Buno try to get it, and it looks like it'll be off of Del Buno, and it'll be a Bensalem throw in. Here comes Bensalem, but they couldn't, trying to get it past the half line, but Ghost is there right now. Ghost trying to continue things. Here comes the Firebirds now, trying to lead off the offense. Here comes Strigbick. Strigbick with the kick, and it will be saved by Bensalem's goalie. Great save there by Jonathan Kona.
Yeah, great save there, but it looks like it will be Bensalem trying to go on the offense, but completely shut down there by Holy Ghost defense.
Here comes Lee with the kick, and it will go out of bounds. Now the Owls will go in for a throw-in with around 30 minutes left in the second half of this JV matchup.
It will be Bensalem on the throw-in as they've had more of the offensive opportunities, but once again, Holy Ghost defense has been shutting them down so far.
Here comes the Owls throw-in now. Bensalem trying to go in to get a goal here to tie things up, and it will be blocked. Great block there by the Firebirds. Here comes Owls, and Sean Lee, great defense there. It will be out of him, but great job there to stop the ball. Here comes Bensalem throw-in now, near the corner. Bensalem trying to connect the dots. Bensalem with a headbutt, and it'll be out of bounds.
Yeah, Holy Ghost, once again, great defense, especially out of Sean Lee there, trying to stop his Bensalem offensive attackers there. He did shut them down. It'll be a Holy Ghost 6 kick here.
Here comes Owls. The Owls with its kick, and it'll go over the line. Great attempt there by Bensalem as they are trying to get something going with the kick, but it is not looking good right now.
Yeah, 100%. Just too much power on that shot there. Goes over the safety netting, which is surprising to see, but it'll be a 6 kick here for Holy Ghost.
Here comes McCusker now with a kick. And here comes the Firebirds trying to get it past the half line, but Bensalem gets the ball back. Here comes Bensalem trying to go for a kick, and it'll be out of bounds.
Once again, another 6 kick here for Holy Ghost. We've seen about 6 or 7 of them so far this game, but nonetheless, it will be Dom Monaco here to take the kick.
Here comes Monaco now with a kick. And it will be around the half line, but Bensalem looks like Holy Ghost right now. They're not able to connect the dots on the passes. Here comes Bensalem trying to get something here. And McCusker with the great save. Great save by James McCusker as he helps save the Firebirds lead 2-1.
Ball is played off the head there of a Bensalem Owls midfielder there. It'll be a throw for Holy Ghost, but first we will have some sub-ins. It looks like we'll have Sandra Chiocha and Gavin Lithgow coming onto the field for KJ Rose and Josh Cohen. You know, Holy Ghost playing some of their starters back into the game.
Yeah, no, some of the starters finally getting back in. They have the lead now, so they got their juice back. They got their juice to relax, and now they're ready to go on, try to get another goal to just end the game fully. Here comes an Owls throw-in. With around 26 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second half of Firebird soccer. between the JV Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds versus Bensalem Owls. And here comes the Firebirds now.
Starting the offensive push here. Not many Holy Ghost Firebirds on the attack. It looks like Jake Androwski has some good footwork here, getting around a couple of defenders, but it will be Gavin Lithgow here who sees any opportunity he can get here.
Androwski try to get it to Lithgow. Lithgow try to get back to Androwski. Can't get it. Here comes the Owls now, trying to go through, and the Owls near the half line. Owls trying to get past us here. Can Monaco get the stop? And Don Monaco gets a stop again, and it will be out of bounds off Don Monaco. Great defense there by Don Monaco. Here comes a Bensalem throw-in now.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here by Bensalem thus far into the second half. Holy Ghost really needs to step off their offensive game thus far.
And another save by James McCusker, as he looks like he got down there for a sec, but he's back up. He looks good.
Ball played there by Sean Lee as he tries to start the offensive attack, but it's unsuccessful as Bensalem Owls get the ball away.
Here comes the Firebirds now. Lithgow with the ball. Tried to give it to Androwski, but could not get it. Here comes Owls trying to get offense possession here, and it will go over the net. Pretty impressed to see that James McCarsky is getting some minutes in, considering Brandon McGrogan's as the main primary goalie from the previous few games. Looks like Coach is reliant on James the second half.
Yeah, you know, a lot of props to McGrogan. Great goalie, definitely, but can't count out McCusker. He plays so tremendous on the back end, you know. Class of 28's best goalkeeper, and that'll be an offsides there. Great call for Holy Ghost, but as I was saying, McCusker comes up with a lot of great saves, you know, especially in the frenzy game. You know, McGrogan came out with 10 minutes left to play, and McCusker made some great big saves to keep the game tied.
McCusker, a great sophomore, and he just got a great save in front of an offsides player as the Firebirds are trying to continue. Here comes the Firebirds now. Here comes Androwski. Can he get a goal here? And looks like the Bensalem Owls will get the stop, but Sean Lee gets the ball. Here comes the Firebirds trying to continue through. Firebirds trying to move. Can they get the ball past the half line? And looks like a Bensalem Owls player is down. And it will go out of bounds, and the athletic trainer for Holy Ghost Prep will check on Bensalem player as he does get up on his own, and looks like he's going to get subbed in. But a couple substitutions for the Firebirds.
Yeah, some of the starters definitely coming back onto the field. They did take out predominant defensive player Nick Lilly. Looks like Holy Ghost will try and get some of the bench into the game, but nonetheless, it will be a far offensive throw-in for Holy Ghost.
Here comes the Firebirds now. Firebirds trying to get a goal, and looks like it is going to go out of bounds, but it will be Holy Ghost kick. Here comes the Firebirds now with a kick.
So it will be a corner for Holy Ghost. It looks like it will be Sandro Choka on the kick here. He centers it towards the middle.
Choka with the kick, could not reach it. Here comes Lee now trying to get a kick, but Bensalem gets over him. Here comes Androwski trying to get offensive movement here. Androwski with the kick, and it's good! Jake Androwski with the goal for the Firebirds as the Firebirds lead 3-1 with 22 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half. Great goal by Jake Androwski.
You know, fancy footwork there to get around his three defenders. Great play, great shot. Really should have been saved there. The goalkeeper did stumble, but Holy Ghost will take it. 3-1 lead. We're up to with 22 left in the second half.
In the second half, Holy Ghost trying to get around 6 or 7 opportunities to strike, but they could not get it as the Firebirds will now go in for their throw-in again. Here comes Owls. Here comes the Owls. Firebirds kick it off. Here comes Andorowski. Could he get another goal here? Andorowski gives it. Here comes the Firebirds trying to get another goal here. Could they possibly be up 4-1? Here comes the Firebirds now with a kick. Can they get another goal to be up 4-1?
Great defensive block there by number 6'7", Michael Bursky.
Here comes the Firebirds, and they'll try to get a goal here, and it'll be stopped by Bensalem's defense. Great stop there by Bensalem's defense.
And it'll be an offside, so it'll be a free kick for Holy Ghost on offensive end here. It'll be Bensalem trying to do anything they can to come back in this game, but it's not looking so good right now.
Yeah, if I'm Bensalem right now, I do not want to be down 4-1. It's not a good look on them. So let's see if the Firebirds can continue the lead. Here comes Monaco. Monaco with the kick, but Bensalem will get it back. And it looks like it's going to be out of Bensalem, and Firebirds will throw it in.
Thrown here by the Firebirds. You know, they're trying to start this offensive transition here, but...
Here comes Firebirds trying to go for another goal, but they could not get it.
It will be a 6 kick here for Bensalem, but, you know, they need to start to wrap up their gameplay here because, you know, they're down 2 goals and there's only 20 minutes left, not much time to score. They're going to need some offensive pressure.
They are coming off a loss, so they really do want to come back and win this game, but the Firebirds are looking great right now. Here comes the Firebirds. And a couple substitutions in. Looks like Sean Lee will be out, and Luke and welcome back to the Firebird HGPTV. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Our mics got muted, but we are back and we are good. Around 19 minutes left and 10 seconds in the second half. By the way, coming up next after this game will be Varsity Senior Night for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds against the rivals, Bensalem Owls. Here comes Firebirds, get the stop. Here comes Firebirds trying to get another goal here. Can they be up 4-1?
Great stop there by Chioka to get the ball back. He's going to put it on goal. What a goal! Sandro Chiocha, beautiful shot, beautiful footwork to get around his defenders to score a goal, 4-1 Firebirds.
Wow, great goal by the Firebirds. Sandro Chiocha, the lefty kicker there for the Firebirds. A great job. The Holy Ghost Firebirds are now up 4-1 against the Bensalem Owls with around 18 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Yeah, the score is 4-1 here as the Firebirds are up. You know, just great gameplay so far, being able to score 4 goals, a lot of goals in a soccer game. Great offensive transition, but it looks here to be Cole Strubick trying to get more. Here is Pat Visionarius putting a shot on goal, and he scores. What a goal!
Another goal for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. Less than just 30 seconds right there. Fantastic offensive possession there by the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. They are up now 5-1 with 18 seconds and 18 minutes and 31 seconds left. Phenomenal job by the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds.
Yeah, this game is starting to become a bit out of hand as Holy Ghost is just keep maintaining this pressure. Bensalem has nothing to do right now.
We just saw an impressive run by the Firebirds as they were up 4-1, but then they quickly changed that to make that 5-1. Impressive job there by the Firebirds.
Yeah, they were able to score in less than 30 seconds. Just such a strange thing to see, especially in soccer. You know, great play, great playmaking there by Struble to get the ball off the field.
Here comes the Firebirds, and it's another goal for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. Wow, it is 6-1 right now, and this JV team is on fire. You gotta love it for them. Holy Ghost Prep, they are on fire. The coach is happy, everyone's happy. This is a great look for this JV squad.
Yeah, 6-1, 5-goal lead. Bensalem looks defeated. Holy Ghost cooking right now, as some of the bench players will come onto the field to get some action here. You know, just amazing play by Holy Ghost tonight.
Holy Ghost Prep, they look phenomenal. You know, the first half, it was slow. You know, for 2 goals, but now the Firebirds are rolling, and they're going to try to go and see if they can get 7-1 goals. Here comes Bensalem now, trying to see if they could possibly make a comeback here. Low chances, but they could make a comeback.
Yeah, it will be tough with 5 goals and only 17 minutes left, but they do have a corner here as the ball is played in towards the middle.
Here comes the Firebirds, and James McCusker with an incredible save to help give the Firebirds a 6-1 lead. Great job there by James McCusker. That is about his 6th or 7th save of the game. Great save by James McCusker.
Ball played up there. You know, Holy Ghost, you know, it's just impressive to see coming off the tie. This is just some great hope to get for them, you know, as like, you know, coming off the tie, you know, you really want to win a powerful one, you could say, and you know that's what they're getting here tonight.
And now it will be Luke Hogan with the throw-in as the ref gives a stop. Sean, I believe that will be
Jimmy McGinley coming onto the field for Pat Vizinarius, the goal scorer. As it looks like Luke Hogan is dealing with sort of an injury on his left leg. Hopefully everything's okay there. He will try to remain in the game though.
Apologies for mic difficulties again. Tonight we are going to have those fixed and up. Here comes Firebirds now with another throw-in. Here comes Luke Hogan with the throw-in. Hogan tries to give it Jimmy, and it'll be out of bounds. Not a good pass, not the right timing there. Hogan will try to get the stop, and looks like he looks hurt right now with that right leg.
Yeah, it actually looks to be his left leg. It might be bleeding a bit. He did have a slide tackle. Looks like he could have some turf burn. Hopefully everything's okay. Looks like he's going to try and stick it out, though. As we have 15 minutes left in the second half of this game. 15 minutes total left in the game, excuse me. But, you know, Holy Ghost, no pressure, and play it easy, try and have some fun to end this game off.
Here comes Hogan now with the kick. Firebirds trying to get another goal here. Will look nice on the scorecard. Here comes the Firebirds. And Bensalem Owls will get the ball, but Makarski will get the stop. Here comes Bensalem, seeing if they can get another goal here, possibly lower the lead here from the Firebirds.
Looks like that ball is going to be played out. It'll be a throw-in for Bensalem on the offensive territory. Holy Ghost seems a little slow to come back on the defensive end, but doesn't matter too much right now.
Here comes the Firebirds trying to play some good defense, and it'll be out of bounds. Will be a Owls throw-in.
You know, after Holy Ghost has scored some of their goals, they haven't had as much urgency to do anything. Just trying to get this win, you know, with 15 minutes remaining, trying to keep the scorecard as it is, not trying to allow Bensalem to make any sort of comeback, which is near impossible at this point, but great play so far.
Here comes the Firebirds now, near the half line, and the Owls will stop it, but Makarski will get it. Here comes Holy Ghost Firebirds. Can the Firebirds get another goal here? Firebirds, and looks like Bensalem Owls will get the stop.
KJ Rhodes was so close there to getting his first goal of the season. Just put a little too much steam on his crossover of the other player there.
Here comes the Firebirds, and look like a Firebird is down right now. I believe that's
Josh Cohen.
Josh Cohen, a key contributor for the Firebirds. He is down right now, and looks like he is up and he is all good. It will be a free kick for the Firebirds. I believe Josh Cohen will be taking that kick. Here comes Cohen now. He does want to get a goal here. Let's see if the Firebirds can be up 7-1.
You know, Bensalem is still making a wall, so it will be tough for him to get the ball over.
Here comes Cohen now. Cohen with a shot, and it'll be blocked by Bensalem. Great block there by Bensalem.
That ball is just lifted out of play. It'll be a Bensalem 6 kick. Or excuse me, ball's kept in. Wow, great save there.
Here comes Firebirds. The Firebirds trying to continue it, but Bensalem is trying to continue the stops too. Around 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second half. And be on the lookout for the upcoming varsity versus varsity Firebirds game between the Bensalem Owls and Senior Night for the Holy Ghost Prep. Here comes Owls now. Can the Bensalem Owls get a goal here? Here comes the Owls. Owls passing it around. And it will be a stop by the Firebirds. Owls with another kick. And it will be saved by James McCuskard. Great save there by McCuskard as he dives in for the ball.
Yeah, great diving effort there by McCuskard, you know. Hasn't allowed a goal so far. Clean sheet. Let's hope he can keep it that way.
Only goal today from the Owls was that penalty. So Firebirds, after that penalty, they locked in and made sure they were ready. And I believe it's going to be Firebirds' ball. Around 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. Here comes the Firebirds with a couple kicks. And looks like it's going to be out of bounds.
Looks like there's some substitutions for Holy Ghost here. And it looks like the scoreboard has come off.
Everything's all good.
Everything's all good. Just a little scared there real quick. Maybe got unplugged a bit, but we're okay.
The DAC is getting a little lit up right now. A little bit of electric.
We have some energy here, you know?
Some energy's blowing up.
Got our shirts already, you know?
Yes.
For the game.
Yes, Senior Night game coming up. As Kevin Rhodes gets the save. Luke Hogan, my apologies, gets the save. And Bensalem Owls will try to continue bringing it up, but Firebirds are going up. Here comes Kevin Rhodes now. Rhodes with the ball. Trying to get the stop, trying to bring the offense, but they cannot. Here comes the Bensalem Owls. Owls trying to see if they can get something here. The Owls, and great stop by AJ Champion there as he blocks the goal and he gets a little jump celebration. Great save there by AJ Champion with 10 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like Bensalem's going to have the corner here. Not much urgency by the guys to get up there. And it'll just be an easy stop for Holy Ghost.
Here comes McCarskey now with the kick.
There are some more substitutions on the field right now. You know, 10 minutes remaining. You feel like game got a bit out of hand 10 minutes ago as Holy Ghost was able to score, what is it, like 3 or 4 goals in quick span of like 4 minutes. So they really blow open the game, excuse me.
Yeah, no, great game by Firebirds. I mean, this is a team that will be filling in the spots next year when a lot of the seniors will be leaving. So seeing the progression right now from the Firebirds looks great, and I'm sure that Coach Kirby and the varsity staff will be excited to introduce these players. As the Firebirds try to go in for another goal. Can they get one more goal in? Here comes the Firebirds. Trying to get a goal, but they could not get anything. Bensalem offense gets a stop.
Yeah, and just piggybacking off what you said, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the game, Don Monaco, Shane Lynch, all defensive players, Sean Lee, all of the defensive players have been playing so good, you know. It's been a key part of this team's success so far, but to see the offensive contribution that's been played tonight, it's just been great overall play to see.
As it will be James McCuskey with the kick. Around 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half of this JV rivalry between Bensalem and Holy Ghost Prep.
It will be a throw for Bensalem here with under 10 minutes left to play in the game. 6-1. It looks like the Firebirds are just being content and letting the game go by as is. No pressure to do anything, but Bensalem still trying to come back from this. deficit, they'll have another throw in here.
As Bensalem try to go in, but Knox Nowinski gets a stop. And it will be out of bounds off the Firebirds, lead with the headbutt, and the Owls now go for a corner kick.
Owls have had a lot of corner kicks this half so far. Looks like the ball goes straight through the crease. Lucky for Holy Ghost, as no one was there to tap it in. It'll be a 6 kick for McCusker.
Here comes McCusker now with the kick. Around 8 minutes left in the second half. By the way, stay tuned as we have the senior night for the varsity Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds versus the rivalry Bensalem Owls. Stay tuned for that game.
Ball kicked here by McCusker. Gets it to Connor Christensen, who has a nice volley there. He'll get it to Jimmy McGinley, but he'll play it out. Too much power on it. Bensalem throwing.
Here comes Ben's Owls now with a throw-in. And McCarski will get the headbutt, but Owls will kick it out. Here comes the Owls now. Trying to see if they can get a goal here. Owls moving quickly. Here comes the Owls trying going for a kick. And it will be stopped by the Firebirds. Great stop there by the Firebirds. Another kick from Bensalem, but Sean Lee with the block. Great save. Great block by Sean Lee. Here comes the Owls, and they will kick it out. They could not get a goal there as they were trying to get a goal, but could not get that goal. Here comes...
You know, McCusker has had a lot of opportunities this game, and it's been amazing because he's shut the door for the Owls so far. You know, great play by him, and he'll just get the ball up the midfield once again, per usual, and it'll be the Firebirds trying for an offensive opportunity.
Here comes the Firebirds now as they are trying to continue a goal, trying to get one more goal in just before this game ends. Here comes McGinley, tried to get the ball, but he could not get it. Here comes the Owls now. Owls, a little bit of stumbling right now. Number 7, Malik Awad, looking really good this game. You know, he is trying to get a goal here, but he has been moving the ball around really good. Some good footwork from the Owls. That is the positive side, but the negative is the defense. Here comes McGinley.
Yeah, their defense has definitely struggled this game with, you know, giving up 6 goals as we do emerge with under 6 minutes left to play. You know, I have noticed some of the offensive players for the Owls trying to do anything they can. Just when the defense can't get the ball up on the transition, it's really tough to do anything on offense.
Here comes the Firebirds now. The Firebirds trying to get a goal here. My apologies to Owls. Try to get a goal here, but they could not. Again, another save by the goalie, James. Great save by James. Here comes James with a high kick, and the Firebirds will have the ball, but looks like Bensalem gets the ball back. Owls trying to communicate on a goal, but they're trying to go grab it. Here comes Awad, and he could not get that pass for a goal. Owls still do retain possession, but it will be headbutted by Knox. Here comes McCarski, and it will be headbutted by Owls. Here comes the Owl, and it looks like now it will be McGinley bringing up the ball now. Can McGinley get a goal here?
KJ Rhodes has it, gets around one defender.
Here comes Rhodes now.
Has the shot.
With the kick, could not get it, and no good. Try to get a goal there by Rhodes. Rhodes could not get the goal he was asking for.
Rhodes gets bodied there. No call, excuse me. It'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem as there are only 4 minutes left to play.
Here comes the Firebirds with the stop as Connor Christensen gets a great save. Here comes
great
Rhodes
step
now.
there.
Can Rhodes get a goal here?
You know, Rhodes has been trying all game, seeing what he can do. Tries to get around the defender there. He'll go down. No call. Staying on the field, hoping for anything there from the referee, but no.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. Rhodes, he gets pushed more in basketball, so I'm shocked that he's not getting these calls here in soccer. Here comes the Owls now, trying to see if they can get something going. And here comes the Owls. Can the Owls get a goal here?
It's a one-on-one, the shot. Great save by McCusker.
Wow, McCusker with the save. Owls do retain possession. Can the Owls get it? And they don't. Wow, great defense possession for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds as it is 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Firebirds are up 6-1. Great block there by McCusker, showing that he is going to be a great junior goalie coming up, and as a sophomore, he's doing phenomenal right now.
McCusker told me before this game he's having a shutout, and that's what he's doing this game. 3 minutes left. McCusker's playing like an MVP so far.
Here comes the Owls now, trying to see if they can get a goal here. Owls, and trying to see if they can get up the goal here, but McCusker has been saving those goals.
Some substitutions coming in for Bensalem with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Game dwindling down. The only thing we can hope for right now is McCusker to keep his shutout so far.
Yes. By the way, coming up after this game will be the varsity senior night for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds versus the rival town Bensalem Owls. A new update for the varsity team as one of their goalies, Nate Cole, has suffered a knee injury and will be out for a while. He might be able to come back for playoffs, but that is up to the team and how he is feeling. Not a great way for the junior Nate Cole to be down. And it'll be Jack Pollock, the goalie, for the rest of the year.
It looks like that ball is just on the outside of the cage, keeping McCusker's clean sheet there as we emerge with under 2 minutes left to play.
Here comes McCusker now with the kick. McCusker, little low kick there. Here comes the Owls now, seeing if they can get a goal here, but again, it's been a McCusker shutdown. It'll be out of bounds, and it'll be the Owls' ball. And Holy Ghost kicks it out. Owls trying to see if they can get another shot here, but great save by Sean Lee. Here comes the Owls. They are near the half line, trying to get more passes in. Firebirds are not really being too aggressive right now, as they know they are safe with the lead. Around a minute left in the half, and McCusker with another save. James McCusker has had a shutdown. No goals have been scored on him this game, as it is approaching the 54 seconds left in the second half.
Yeah, he's been so big this game with under a minute left to play. He's been incredible so far. Him and Don Monaco, I'd say the 2 stars of the game so far.
Yes, Don Monaco, a defensive player that had multiple saves, multiple slide tackles, and even got a goal of his own. Great game from Monaco and McCusker.
As the time is dwindling down, 30 seconds left to play. Hopefully Holy Ghost can keep this shutout, as most likely they will. Ball is just being scrappily played in the midfield. It is a 6-1 game with 15 seconds remaining. What a great game.
What a great game. Great game by the Firebirds. The Firebirds did a phenomenal job, as the Firebirds will win this game 6-1, and they will beat the rivals, Bensalem Owl rivals. Great game there. Vincent, what were your thoughts on this game?
Battle Bensalem so far, first game, 6-1 win. Convincing win. We need one for varsity. Great play by the goalies, especially McCusker. Great play by Don Monaco. Great play by everyone on the team. Let's go to varsity. Let's have a good one.
Yes, great game from the JV, the future of the Firebirds varsity team. My name is Pratush Roy.
I'm Vincent Riccio.
And thank you for tuning in.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DAC at the Holy Ghost Prep campus under the beautiful lights here. It's some time for soccer, senior night. JV team already won the game. We're 1-0 on the night, hopefully 2-0. But we did have a nice senior ceremony just a couple moments ago. Steve, you want to say anything about that?
I mean, it's a great ceremony. You know, a lot of seniors. We got 12 of them this year that are going to be graduating, unfortunately, and moving on to other great opportunities. So definitely, it's a loss for the soccer department, but it'll bring in a new generation of players from the JV team coming in the coming years. Our seniors that were mentioned today were Aaron Roth and Brendan Lawson, our captains, Thomas Walsh, Colin McGinn, Daniel Celia, Aiden McKenna, John Kenzik, Killian Berkery, Jaden Torres, and Mason Deanna. So congrats to them on the ceremony. But Vincent, you know, we're going in 1-0 on this tonight. We have a great game under the floodlights. So I mean, let me get your take. You know, of course, you know we both want Ghost to win. But, you know, like, going off of what we've seen so far, like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, definitely. Since the last game we streamed, Ghost has lost 2 of the games. Hopefully we can get back on the right track, but it will be a tough one against that Bensalem Else tonight. Hopefully Holy Ghost can play some good soccer. You know, we are getting the return of the captain, star, Brendan Lawson. You know, since Brendan Lawson has not been here, Holy Ghost has not played very good. He's pivotal to the offense and defense. You know, his defensive abilities are amazing, so hopefully Holy Ghost can get back on track with this.
Now we got to talk about, you know, the last away game. 2 red cards were thrown out. We had a soft red card and a full red card by the referees. You know, so Killian Berkery, he's not going to be playing tonight due to the red card infringement, as well as Tommy Walsh with the soft red card, and is now going to be off of the coach's discretion of how long he plays. I mean, how do you think that's going to affect the game today?
Yeah, I mean, both are pivotal players. You know, Killian Berkery, you know, probably I would argue one of the most underrated players on the team. You know, he may not be one of the stars, Tommy Walsh, Brandon Lawson, Aaron Roth, any of them, but he plays such a consistent game in the midfield that it's just so unnoticeable, but he plays so amazingly and a great contributor. Now, Tommy Walsh, that's a really hard hit because one of our best goal scorers, our striker, starting every game. He's amazing. Hopefully, we'll be okay and everything will be good, but we'll see. You know, it's a tough loss.
Yeah. Looks to be we're almost getting ready for light. It's going to be lights out and away we go soon. But, you know, continuing on that, you know, Holy Ghost is losing Killian Berkery, and I do have to agree with you, Vincent. You know, very underrated player on the team. But I mean, he's great on defense. So the Holy Ghost is going to be losing a key defensive player right now.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing I would like to bring up is Nate Cole is officially injured, and he will be out for the foreseeable future. Maybe could come back during the playoffs. Don't know. It's a really bad knee injury, but hopefully everything will be okay. But we do have Jack Pollock in that. You know, he's been amazing. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nate Cole is a great great goalkeeper right now. I mean, it's unfortunate always for any kind of player to go out for the rest of the season, but you know, if he can make it back from the playoffs, I mean, it's just a sprained ankle and a little bit of a knee injury. So, you know, I think if he works hard and puts in the work, then he can come back into definitely by playoffs. Hopefully, maybe if they advance after the first game in playoffs, they could definitely go on to bring him back on the field.
Yeah, as we have a bit of delay on the field, teams are warming up a bit more after the ceremony. But Holy Ghost, you know, beautiful red shirts. It's a red out here. Student section filled, people, everyone in red. You know, the electric atmosphere is just amazing to see. You know, the support for the team. Hopefully, they can come up big for the fans.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always great to see fans. You know, for the home team. Always nice to see fans from anywhere. You know. I mean, you go for other sports games, you know, I mean, I've been to plenty of baseball, basketball games, a couple football games, and the amount of fans you get there, I mean, even though it's a lot larger than the fans you can get in for high school games, it's still unbelievable, you know, the amount of support people have for both teams.
The other thing I would like to mention is tonight is the Battle of Bensalem, the 2 Bensalem teams in the Independent League, Holy Ghost versus Bensalem, seeing who can become dominant and take the crown as the best Bensalem team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, JV lost 6-1, and now it's their varsity team's chance to try to rebound from that. They definitely saw the game, so they're going to be, you know, they have a little bit more of a fighting passion to try to win. But I mean, this is Holy Ghost Prep senior night. They're already 1-0. I think they're just going to go 2-0 today.
Looks like the game should be starting soon as the captains meet at the scoring table. Another thing to mention is, Aaron Roth, I feel like he's been one of the biggest defensive pieces for the Holy Ghost team. Thoughts on him as he's progressed through the season?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Roth's just great at, what he does. He's a captain, of course, co-captain with Brendan Lawson. But, I mean, he's a great player. He's an all-around player, great scorer, great defender, and great offensive player. There's really nothing wrong to say about him at the moment, but other than that, he has great potential to do greater things even after Holy Ghost.
Looks like Holy Ghost is still warming up a bit as we do have a delay here. A little bit of a late start, but we should be in for a great night of soccer. We'll come back to you when the game starts.
All right, and we got some starters. As we come on, we will announce our starters. For the Bensalem Owls, number 4, Inu Garcia. Number 6, Isaac Matthew. Number 8, Brian Bach. Number 17, Declan Corbett. Number 1, Chase Esposito. Number 5, Chris Fielding. Number 2, Daniel Carleta. Number 00, Gavin Piastri, the goalie. Number 11, Brandon Bach. Number 10, Jordan Poston. And number 25, Dylan Barnhart. That's your starters for the Bensalem Owls.
For Holy Ghost, pretty much all the starters except the goalkeeper, Jack Pollock. Per usual, we have Nick Griff, Aiden McKenna, Jaden Torres, Brennan Lawson, John Kensick, Colin McGinn, Tommy Walsh, Mason Deanna, Aaron Roth, Daniel Salia, and Adrian Calderon for Holy Ghost Prep. We are just underway here, as it will be Bensalem's ball to start. They will play it into offensive territory to start the game, but the step up by Daniel Celia is successful for Holy Ghost Prep to get their first throw-in of the game. It will be Celia on the throw-in as he attempts to get it to Tommy Walsh, but the ball is intercepted by, looks to be Bensalem Owls number 4, Anu Garcia, and the ball is played directed towards the midfield. Bit of sloppy play here, but it will emerge for a Holy Ghost throw-in, courtesy once again of Daniel Celia.
That was a great play there by Holy Ghost. They like to go at it strong in the beginning, but most games we've seen they've liked to go a little slower. But this pace, there with all seniors on the lineup, they're going as hard as they can right now at the start of this game.
Ball thrown into Celia, gets it to Tommy Walsh, who centers it towards the middle. Bit of space and room there, but it's folded away, and it'll be ball for Colin McGinn in the midfield. Here is Aaron Roth as he plays it up, but it'll be straight towards an Owl defender as the ball has progressed through the midfield. Some scrappy play on the edge here, but it looks like the ball will come towards the middle for an Owl player. That looks like it'll be Isaac Matthew, and it'll be out of play, an Owl throw-in.
Great looks there by the Owls. They're able to keep well on defense and transition into the offensive really well. Holy Ghost's job now is just to do a great defensive game. We've seen them do that before, and now they just got to continue that on for the whole game.
Calderon plays the ball up towards the left side for Jaden Torres as he's being heavily defended. Maybe grabbed at a bit. He'll get the ball through the midfield, gets it up to Brennan Lawson, the captain. First touch of the ball back from injury. It is swatted away from him. Looking for a call, it's unsuccessful as the ball's progressed through the midfield. That's Anu Garcia. He gets it up, and he'll get it back towards the middle. And it looks like it'll just fade away from him as Jaden Torres re-emerges with the ball. Plays it to Calderon on the left side, trying to get around one defender. He does. Walsh has it, a nice volley there, but it is taken away and stripped from him, and it'll be an offensive progression for Bensalem, but the ball is played out. Holy Ghost throw-in. Calderon throws it in, gets it towards the side. Nick Graff seeing what he can do there. It's unsuccessful, but Mason Deanna, a nice step up. He'll get the ball through the midfield, but it is too much power on it, and it'll be the goalkeeper. That's Gavin Passeri, and he'll get it easily, and he has time with the ball.
Now, I know, Vincent, in many of the games we've played, the goalkeepers play a huge role in how this game progresses. So, just how do you feel about Gavin Passeri so far in this game?
The ball is played through the midfield. It will be a throw-in for Bensalem here. The Firebird is going into the student section to get the fans hype. A bit of blocking of view, but nonetheless, he moves out of the way and will continue with the ball here. Nick Graff gets it. Looks like he's going to play it up, but it'll be out of play. Throw-in for Bensalem.
So back to my original question for you, Vincent. I was saying before, how the goalkeepers, are a pretty pivotal role in this, in these varsity games. How do you feel about the Bensalem goalie, Gavin Passeri?
Yeah, we haven't seen much action from him so far, but hopefully for Holy Ghost, they can figure out what his game plan is and hopefully strategize around that to maybe get some nice goals this evening. But nonetheless, far throw-in on the offensive territory for Bensalem. Throw in here towards the middle. It'll just go straight to Pollock. He bobbles it a bit, but the ball gets out. A shot will go way over past the safety netting. Successful for Holy Ghost. It'll be a 6 kick.
Doesn't look like to be that it's Mason Deanna for the 6th kick. We've seen him do multiple in the game, but I guess it's going to be Aaron Roth to start it off for this game.
Yeah, usually we see Mason Deanna doing so many, more than like 25 per game, but it looks like it will be Roth now, maybe changing up the game plan after going 0-2 in the past 2 games, but nonetheless, Tommy Walsh has it on the aggression towards the midfield. Great block there by a defender sliding back for the Bensalem Owls, and the ball is volleyed towards the air in the midfield. Scrappy play going back and forth, and it looks like Holy Ghost will get the ball away. Tommy Walsh is tripped. There'll be a foul. Free kick for Holy Ghost.
Early free kick for Ghost, early opportunities to score for Holy Ghost. That's what they got to do. If they're able to do that, then they got a really good chance to lead this game and then potentially keep the lead and win this whole game on its own.
Yeah, it looks like this free kick will come courtesy of Brendan Lawson, who plays it in towards the middle, just wide of the cage. Jaden Torres does get it on the edge there as he's able to keep it in, but it looks like he's going to be heavily defended. Gets it towards the middle for a cross. It's headed away by a Bensalem Owl defender, but it looks like some great back check here from, that appears to be Colin McGinn, but it's unsuccessful as there's a through ball over to a Bensalem Owl attacker. Has it, number 5 that is. That will be Chase Esposito as he plays out towards the middle. Ball goes away. It'll be Tommy Walsh seeing what he can do. It's unsuccessful. It'll be a throw-in. Ball thrown in. Goes over Adrian Calderon's head as Bensalem tries to get it. Calderon will get a touch on it. But here is Esposito, gets around one guy, plays it towards the middle, and the ball is kicked out. He goes heavy into the net. Looks like he might be down. He does not look that good. Oh, he's going to be able to get up. Everything is okay. It'll be a corner nonetheless for Bensalem, though.
That was a hard hit for Anu Garcia. Never like to see those. That's gonna hurt later on in the day.
Yeah, I really didn't think he was going to get up that quickly, but he does. Nonetheless, it will be a corner kick here for number 17, Declan Corbett. Plays it short, though, and it looks like Holy Ghost has some miscommunication there, and it'll be offsides. Still, Jack Pollock makes the save. Free kick, Holy Ghost.
Another opportunity for a free kick for Ghost. Not closer to the net this time, but still got a great opportunity for them to move farther on the offense here. Nonetheless, what's been going on? I mean, Vincent, how do you feel so far from the Ghosts' defense on the offensive drives from Bensalem?
I mean, they have played some good defense. I feel like there has been some miscommunication, especially in the 18, as you saw there, but nonetheless, Holy Ghost needs to start playing with more flair to maybe keep this game at hand, but nonetheless, Holy Ghost has a throw in here. Played up, but intercepted by Bensalem. Lawson gets a foot on it, tries to get towards the middle. Here's Nick Graff seeing what he can do. Ball is stripped away from him easily, but he gets it back. Plays it towards the middle and scooped away once again. Somehow he's going to get it back. Get another touch on it to Colin McGinn. McGinn will play it back to his defender, Aaron Roth. He'll through ball over and up to Jaden Torres. Headers back and forth like pinball as the ball is played towards the middle there. Adrian Calderon fighting's taken down, no call there. And the ball is played up. Mason Deanna racing with Christopher Fielding. Mason Deanna is upended there. Looks like there should be a foul call there, and yes, there is. It'll be a free kick. Holy Ghost. Looks like we will have Aaron Roth on this free kick here. Kick is far and past the midfield into offensive territory for Holy Ghost, but it will ricochet over to Bensalem Owl defender, and they'll start the offensive pursuit. Bensalem towards the midfield, trying to get past. Christopher Fielding has it, gets it towards the left side, and there's a through ball there. Way too much steam on it. It'll go to Jack Pollock. Easy scoop up there, as there's 31 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. 9 minutes played so far. 0-0 still the score.
Jack Pollock doing great as the replacement driver right now for Holy Ghost instead of Nate Cole, who's out for the rest of the season with a knee and ankle injury. I mean, Vincent, so far, he's had a couple of saves. How do you feel like he's going to do if this team needs him during the playoffs?
Yeah, if we've seen the theme throughout the year, he has been pretty solid most of the time. Hopefully he can keep it up. We'll have to see, though, and wait, but so far has played pretty well. Nonetheless, Aiden McKenna has the ball, plays it towards the middle for Brendan Lawson. Lawson gets it to Walsh, towards Torres, trying to get it back to Walsh. That's what he does. Through ball, played towards the edge, towards the line. Through ball, cross is unsuccessful. It'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem.
Great opportunity there by Holy Ghost and Brendan Lawson. It would have been great for a goal with them.
6 kick here for Bensalem. Looks like it'll be courtesy of defender Brandon Bach here, son of the coach Kevin Bach. Strong kick there by Brandon Bach. Gets it past the midfield. Christopher Fielding will play it greatly through the midfield, getting around multiple players, but is coughed up by Bensalem, and it'll be Holy Ghost trying to get the ball. Handball there, no call. And Daniel Slia, a great defensive effort to get the ball away. Torres has it, trying to go on the offensive attack, trying to get it ahead for Tommy Walsh. Not successful, as the ball is just played up through the midfield by Bensalem. Looks like there's going to be a call on the field. Hopefully, yes, looks like it's going to be a free kick for Bensalem, Holy Ghost, courtesy of Captain Brendan Lawson. It might be a little too far out for a goal here, but could have a good centering opportunity to try and spark some momentum for the Firebirds.
Yeah, I mean, kick is good, and this is always a good opportunity for where you guys are to make a goal, but I think it's going to be offsides for Holy Ghost right now.
Yeah, play there, good opportunity as it was in the 18, and Nick Graff was able to get a foot on it, but he was unfortunately offsides and is unsuccessful, as it will be a free kick for Bensalem. Christopher Fielding has it. McGinn intercepts it, plays a through ball for Aiden McKenna, not successful, as the ball is played towards the midfield once again. The offensive pursuit brewing for Bensalem, but it'll be Jack Pollock easily able to scoop it up and get it away from danger. Punted by Pollock through the midfield. Jaden Torres gets ahead on it, seeing what he can do. Tommy Walsh getting ahead on it as well, but it'll just be Bensalem getting the ball away through the midfield. They're going to call a foul here. Push on Holy Ghost. It'll be a free kick for Bensalem.
Bensalem is getting a lot of opportunities for the offense now, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they're going to do to continue that offensive grow there. You never know, Vincent, what could happen off of them.
Yeah, and what we see here is Bensalem starting to apply some of that pressure up through the left side of the pitch. Ball's played, stopped on a dime, and it looks like it'll be Daniel Slia able to avoid the threat, and the ball will be out, tipped off of a Bensalem player. It'll be a throw-in for Holy Ghost. Look like coming in the game for Nick Graff is John Kensick, another senior, last senior to come on for the game. Student Stand is happy for him, some of his friends over there. Great sight to see as he gets some action in this game so far. Stephen, you can attest, you're a senior. Great to see some of these guys getting on the field, as some games they may not have the opportunity to.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden McKenna, John Kensick, they're definitely two of the ones that, this is their time to play. This is one of their last games in the season that they're able to play, on the deck, under the floodlights with people around them to share this moment with. So it's always a great thing to see. And I mean, even though I'm a senior, I think that this tradition is going to go on for a very long time.
Yeah, it's always a nice heartwarming ceremony at the beginning of the game, and there's going to be a failed call off of a push on Jaden Torres. It'll be a prime opportunity, prime free kick for Holy Ghost to get some momentum here.
Again, another opportunity for Holy Ghost. This is their best opportunity for this. But Vincent, I found something pretty interesting. A statistic that someone found that whenever Brendan Lawson's been on the field, any game he's played, he has missed a couple games. The most that they've ever lost by is only by one. So this is definitely a good sign that they could be one that could, even if they do lose, which wouldn't be good, it'd only be about 1 goal.
Yeah, unfortunately, while Lawson was gone on the ankle injury, the problem was they lost 4-0 and 2-0. They weren't able to get that offensive pressure that they do, the good transitional game from him, and they also weren't able to defend as well as they allowed 6 goals to their none. It's just surprising to see the amount of effect Brendan Lawson has on this team, and great player, great addition. Gonna be missed next year. One of the greatest players to play here for Holy Ghost. Nonetheless, Jack Poff makes a beautiful centering save there as he punts it through the midfield, getting it to Tommy Walsh. Played up through the middle. Aiden McKenna trying to get ahead on it. He's going for a through ball here, but it looks like it'll be unsuccessful as the keeper is able to obtain the ball and clear away the danger. Here is the punt by the goalkeeper, who is Gavin Passeri. Ball is played through the middle. It'll be a foul. Holy Ghost free kick just before the midline here. Kick courtesy of Aaron Roth as we emerge within the final 25 minutes of the first half. Still a 0-0 game. Bensalem Owls first. Holy Ghost Prep, the battle of Bensalem. It's been a great game so far, but Holy Ghost has maintained some of the possession, but they have to get on to the right foot to try and score more goals. Nonetheless, Kenzik tries to center towards the box. It's unsuccessful as the ball is played towards the middle here. It'll be Bensalem trying to start the other way, and it looks like the ball will just be played out. It'll be a Holy Ghost throw-in once again. Looks like it will be Salia on the throw-in as he hefts it up over off a header for Tommy Walsh. It's played back into Mason Deanna, who gets a big head on that. He'll get it through the midfield, and it looks like it's going to be Adrian Calderon trying to start the offensive pressure. Unsuccessful as he volleys it into the stands. It'll be a throw-in on the defensive end for Bensalem.
Great opportunity here for Bensalem to do wonders now, to try to get onto the other side, get a goal here, and continue to and start a scoring streak. But Holy Ghost is still playing great defense and offense right now, so they're definitely a big threat right now. Ball is played. The crowd is hyped, the student section, and the ball is played. Looks like there should be a foul here. It could be for Holy Ghost. Yes, it will be. They'll have the free kick. Prime opportunity. Wondering who's going to take this. Brendan Lawson, maybe Tommy Walsh. That's what I think they're going to decide here. It looks like they're going to go with Tommy Walsh, number 7 here. Bensalem's going to have some good defense here. They're going to build the wall, obviously, right outside the 18 hemisphere there. Best opportunity for Holy Ghost thus far. Just a little bit of delay here. This is Walsh's opportunity to put Holy Ghost on the board. Here is the kick, the shot. It's just wide, couple feet wide. Unsuccessful. It'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem. Unfortunate missed goal opportunity by Holy Ghost Prep. They're going to get more chances, though, on that. But as of now, it's still unfortunate that there hasn't been a score yet in this game. The ball's played towards the midfield. It will go out off Colin McGinn, and it will be a throw-in for Bensalem. Here is the throw-in from Bensalem, as is played in. Not much offensive pressure from Bensalem this half thus far, but nonetheless, Mason Deanna tries to play the ball. It's intercepted, and Bensalem's trying to start something from nothing, but Aaron Roth will get a foot on that, easy to clear it away. There's Torres with the header. He'll try and get it to McKenna. It's unsuccessful, and the ball will be spread out as Mason Deanna flies it into the stands, the student section to be exact. It'll be a throw-in for Christopher Fielding. Ball played towards the middle. It'll be John Kenzik getting the ball. Plays it up towards the middle for Tommy Walsh. He'll get it back for Brendan Lawson. Lawson tries to play it up, getting to anyone. John Kenzik goes down. They're going to call a foul on him. It'll be a free kick for Bensalem. I mean, it shouldn't have been a foul on John Kenzik there. I mean, he was just running and he just ran. I mean, he didn't run into it. He got ran into, so it's unfortunate that happened.
Price with the ball there, gets it stripped away as Lawson emerges through the midfield with the ball. John Kenzik trying to do anything he can. It's unsuccessful as Adrian Calderon gets it, and he'll play it up towards Tommy Walsh. Roth does get a foot on that there, and it will be Bensalem trying to progress and do anything they can on this offensive attack. As the ball's played towards the middle, no one there. It looks like Jackpot's going to come in, slide, and save the day. Successful there.
It's a great opportunity there for Holy Ghost, and now now it looks to be that they're going to maybe get some new substitutions coming in soon. Some of these seniors are going to be coming out of the game soon, but it's always still great to see that they're able to play a little bit in the game.
We will have some substitutions for Holy Ghost, most notably Johnny Pulaski, the sophomore star, coming into the game, as well as Matt Cole. And we'll get back to you on some of the other names, as it's hard to see from here, but it looks like another one we have is Sean Fleming and Jacob Samaki. Looks like a lot of the juniors and sophomores will be coming into the game. Nonetheless, there is a throw from Holy Ghost here as the ball is played towards the middle. There'll be another throw for Holy Ghost after the outage there. Matt Cole trying to see what he can do there. It's unsuccessful as one of the Holy Ghost players is taken down. Fleming has it towards the midfield, gets it towards John Pulaski, gets around one defender, gets it back to Lawson. Lawson plays it towards the side. Seeing who's up there, it looks like it is number 29. We'll get back to you on who that is. Hard to see from here. But nonetheless, it'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem.
Good opportunities there for Bensalem now, able to move as much as they can on the field. Their goals are to get yet a goal and as well to stop Holy Ghost from a 2-0 record for the night.
Here is Owen Hannaran Jaden Torres as he plays it through the midfield, but it looks like it's going to be stopped by Vincent Zamparelli there. Ball played through the midfield for John Kenzik. Kenzik seeing what he can do, surveying his options as he gets it to Johnny Pulaski. Pulaski centers it towards the middle for a head ball. It's unsuccessful as there is an offside. It'll be a free kick for Bensalem.
Bensalem getting yet another free kick at this opportunity is always a good idea. That what they need. Vincent, how do you feel about Bensalem's defense so far this game?
Bensalem's defense has been good. They've had to come up in big circumstances so far, as Holy Ghost has had a lot of opportunities, but Holy Ghost really hasn't had to play as much defense as Bensalem's been pretty laid back on the offensive attack, but hopefully Holy Ghost could get one past all Bensalem offense.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with you then, Vincent.
There is a free kick here as we enter within the final 20 minutes of the first half. Here is Brendan Wilson with the ball in the midfield, seeing what he can do. Gets to Johnny Pulaski. Pulaski has it. Surveying his option, gets it to Lawson on the left side. You don't see him there much. Gets it towards the center for Matt Cole. Stumbles a bit there, seeing what he can do. Plays it back down. He'll get it to Brendan Lawson. Lawson on the edge there. Looks like it's going to be out for a Holy Ghost throw-in, courtesy of Adrian Calderon. Ball played towards the middle there, and it looks like Bensalem will clear the ball, but not if Adrian Calderon has anything to say, but fortunately has too much steam on it, and it'll be out of bounds. 6 kick for Bensalem.
This is Bensalem's first or second opportunity at a 6 kick here. They need to start getting more of those for the opportunities to advance into the enemy territory of HolyGhostPrep at the moment.
Ball played towards the middle here as Bensalem ricochets off the head of number 10 there. Matt Cole seeing what he can do, trying to get around, but it is Ryan Garcia who gets it away. Through ball here, but Adrian Calderon steps up there easily and he'll hit it out of play. It'll be a throw in here for Bensalem. It will be number 12, Aiden Price, who plays it into the middle for Vincent Zamparelli as he's able to get ahead on that. John Kenzik settles it down, gets around Aiden Price. What a play there as Johnny Pulaski has on the left side. Looks like he's just going to play it up the left side of the field, and they're going to call it out of bounds there, or a fail. And it looks like they're going to have a free kick opportunity here. Or excuse me, throw in here. Ball thrown in here towards the middle as Aiden Price tries to get a foot on it. Adrian Calderon deflects it off his cleat out of bounds as we enter within the final 15 minutes of the first half here. Ball thrown into Adrian Calderon, who will just rinse and repeat once again as he kicks it out for the third time in a row. They're going to change it up with the throw in here as Aiden Price throws it in. Big arm there as he gets it towards the middle. It'll be Vincent Zamparelli who'll clear that ball easily. Tommy Walsh, the solo attacker, as he tries to do anything he can, but it's unsuccessful and cleared away. Nonetheless, Aaron Ross tries to get through the midfield with it. He'll try and get it to Pulaski, but it's unsuccessful. Some scrappy play here in the midfield as Lawson's going to see what he can do, try to play it up. He gets on the tape of Johnny Kenzik. Kenzik, seeing what he can do, tries to get a shot off. It's blocked by a defender, but nonetheless, Torres has the ball. Gets around one of his defenders. Torres going for the center opportunity. Play towards, hits off the post. Shot on goal, unsuccessful as it is wide. 6 kick for Bensalem.
It's a very unfortunate opportunity for Holy Ghost. That was one of their better opportunities to score a goal here. Now unable to score that goal. This could put a dent into their offensive play style now, as they're going to be on less momentum and less confidence there after that missed shot.
They have some substitutions in there. We'll get back to you on who that is. Looks like one of them could be Egan Drubusberger, but nonetheless, it is a 6 kick here. Looks like coming from defender Brandon Bach, the left back for Bensalem, as he plays it up towards the midfield. Gets on the tape of one of his midfielders there, but it'll be Aaron Roth getting it away. And it'll be Joel Guerrero, the freshman, getting it through the midfield. But it's stripped away. And it'll go back to the defensive Holy Ghost guys. It'll be a throw-in, though, for Vincent Zamparelli. Throw in here towards the right side. Daniel Salia trying to get there, but it looks like they're going to call a foul. It'll be a free kick for Holy Ghost.
Good opportunity here for Holy Ghost with a free kick at the moment. This is a good opportunity for them for, not only that, but also to start moving into Holy Ghost's territory on the offensive side.
Ball played through the midfield for Bensalem as they go for a through ball. Looks like the Bensalem player is going to get through there, but a nice tackle slide there by Jack Pollock. It'll be Pulaski on the ball, heavily defended by his defender, number 6. That'll be Isaac Mathieu. As Mason Deanna gets the ball, he'll play it up through the midfield. Unsuccessful as it is right towards a Bensalem player. Here is Salia getting it up. It's Johnny Kendick trying to contest his player there, but they're going to call a foul again on Bensalem. It'll be a kick for Holy Ghost.
So getting back to Vincent on that recent substitutions, Mason Deanna came in to the game again. He was sat for a couple of minutes there. So good to see him back in there. He's a great, powerful kick on there. So hope he'll be able to boost Holy Ghost into the enemy territory.
Nonetheless, the keeper, Gavin Passeri, has it now as he plays it for Mason Deanna, who gets it towards the middle for Brennan Lawson. Some fancy volleys there, spinning around. Great play there as he gets it to Matt Cole. He'll get it to the freshman Joel Guerrero. Over to Johnny Pulaski. Pulaski gets around one of his defenders. Tries to get it towards the middle for Salia. Looks like Matt Cole will get it again. Salia trying to score here. Ball is out. It looks like they're going to call a tip on the play. It'll be a corner for Holy Ghost.
This is a great call by the referees for Holy Ghost. They're able to now get a corner kick out of this.
It will be Brennan Lawson on the corner kick here. corner here from Lawson on the left side of the pitch. Played towards the middle here, high in the air, trying to get a head on as Holy Ghost Mason Deanna there. It's unsuccessful as the ball tips away. But keeping it in is Salia. They're going to call it out. It'll be a throw-in. And it will be the offensive transition here for Bensalem as we enter within the final 10 minutes of the first half. Holy Ghost deadlocked at 0 with Bensalem. Ball played towards Jacob Samaki here, seeing what he can do. He looks like he's just going to play all the way back towards Pollock here. Pollock has time, so he gets it over to his defender, Mason Deanna. Deanna goes around one. He's heavily influenced here by his offensive attackers, and this will be a pursuit for Bensalem, but the ball is played away, and it's Joel Guerrero who'll throw it up towards Johnny Pulaski. Not usually in the defensive zone, but he's going to try and get it to Daniel Salia. It's unsuccessful as the ball is played wide to Owen Hannaran, who just came onto the field. And it's wide as it'll go to Vincent Zamparelli, who's trying to fuel the offensive transition. Has it, centers it towards the middle, trying to get it to anyone there. He's trying to get to Salia, and it looks like Brendan Lawson's going to be unsuccessful in his attempt to get it. Looks like he's just fanned on it a bit. Nonetheless, it'll be ricocheted off Matt Cole, and it'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem.
Another opportunity for Bensalem to get into the defending territory of Holy Ghost. The more they can get into that, the better it's going to be for them, because of the fact that they'll, have more of a chance to score a goal.
It will be a 6 kick here, courtesy of Brandon Bach, as he usually does kick these in. But it will be Brendan Lawson reacquiring the ball. Gets it up through the midfield, seeing what he can do. Passes it off to Nate Cole, who try and get it back to him. A little too much steam on it. Brendan Lawson gets stood up there by his defender. It's unsuccessful as the transition occurs for Bensalem. Aiden Price has it as he plays it through the midfield, getting swatted on by a bunch of Holy Ghost players. He's going to keep the ball, but no. Aiden McKenna drops him there and gets the ball away. Vinny Denise. Denise the throw in there as Bensalem gets it, and it looks like there's just going to be too much steam on that. It'll be a throw-in for Holy Ghost, courtesy Vincent Zamparelli. Ball played towards the middle. That is Jacob Samaki. He gets it up to Brendan Lawson. They'll play catch there as Mason Deanna plays it towards the middle for Lawson once again. On the edge here is Torres as he's trying to do anything he can, but the ball is stolen away, and they're going to have to race against Aiden Price there. But Jack Pollock will get the ball back, and he's going to play it away.
Great opportunities here for Bensalem. Now they're on the other side of the than their own defending territory. Now they're on the offensive rush here to try to score a goal. With 7 minutes and 20 seconds left, Vincent, I do think there could be a Bensalem goal here.
Yeah, I mean, they have had more of the pressure thus over the past couple 10 to 15 minutes here. Holy Ghost is going to need to step up their game, and this could be their chance as the transition opportunity tries to happen, but Aiden Price is going to get that away, and it's going to go over to Garcia. He plays it to Price towards the middle, and that ball's in the air as Jacob Samaki volleys that ball away. Trying to get anything on offense started for Holy Ghost. It's just back and forth in the midfield, scrappy game, but Bensalem has controlled most of the offense here. But it will be Hannaran who has the ball on the defense. He gives it up. Just so much sloppy play by Holy Ghost defense, You don't really like to see this here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game and this late in the regular season, you shouldn't be playing this sloppy of defense. I mean, you're giving up good opportunities to defend. You're giving up good, passing opportunities and passing from Bensalem, and there was a lot of fouls in the early parts of the game that were called. So it's just just not as good as you'd like to see from how Holy Ghost used to play.
Body there by Mason Deanna as he plays it over towards his player, Brendan Lawson, but they're going to call a foul. It'll be a prime free kick for Bensalem. It looks like this kick will be courtesy of number 8, Brian Bach, brother of Brandon Bach. Good chance here for something to happen for Bensalem. As you said, you feel a goal coming on. This could be it.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the prime opportunity to go a goal here. I mean, this is easily a chance they could do.
Ball is kicked there, low on the ground. Pollock tries to make the save. That's what he does. Isn't able to grasp it, but that ball is ricocheted out of bounds. It'll be a 6 kick for Holy Ghost.
I think that, Vincent, was one of the only really good opportunities that Bensalem had there to score a goal.
It was one of the best offensive opportunities of the game so far, but the one thing I would like to say is they have facilitated much of the ball right now. Holy Ghost hasn't had that much time in the offensive zone. Rather, it's been more lenient towards Bensalem, but nonetheless, Holy Ghost is going to try to do something here as Joel Guerrero gets the touch of the ball, plays it up, trying for Johnny Pulaski. That's what Tommy Walsh is going to do. Pulaski has the ball on his foot. The shot, he scores! Johnny Pulaski, 1-0 Holy Ghost Prep.
An unbelievable goal there by John Pulowski. I mean, unbelievable. 1-0 for Holy Ghost. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first half. Before halftime, they get a goal on senior night. I mean, this is just what you love to see.
Almost ironic to see the sophomore getting a goal on senior night, but Holy Ghost will take it. Nice goal there. That transitional game there is just so beneficial to them as, great pass from Joel Guerrero, the freshman, to get up to Walsh, and he plays it to Pulaski for the goal. Great going by Holy Ghost. They're not done yet. 4 minutes left. Played up to Tommy Walsh, but it has too much steam on it. It'll be scooped up by Gavin Persiri. He throws it to number 3. That'll be Anderson Mora Martinez as he plays it. Owen Hanneran gets a foot on the ball here. He plays it to Pulaski. What a beautiful volley there. Trying to get the ball back. He's intercepted there. And they're going to call the throw-in for Bensalem. Holy Ghost is disappointed by that call.
Yeah, but I mean, you can be disappointed by a call, but you just scored a goal, though. I mean, Vincent, I gotta say, at this point, you've scored a goal, you're up 1-0, just chill out the rest of the first half, and then, come strong in the second.
They did score a goal, but, in soccer, a 1-goal lead does not mean anything, as they can always come back and score. But, not much time for Bensalem to really do anything. But Aaron Roth gets ahead on that. He'll play it out. This is a far throw-in on the offensive territory for Bensalem. Let's see what they can do. It'll be Aiden Price here, as he's going to throw it in here. Back, and Joel Guerrero trying to make a good defensive play there. That's what he does. The ball's going to go out. That's going to be Torres on the ball. Running fast. Here's Torres. Gets around one of his defenders. Puts the ball too far ahead of him. Dribbles it just a little past his span there. And it'll be out for Bensalem turnover. Ball played here by Zamparelli. Gets it back. And the ball is out. It'll be ricocheted off of the Bensalem defender, or attacker, Throw in for Zamparelli here. Throw in here as we emerge with under 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the first frame here. That is Jacob Samaki contesting this ball. He'll scoop it away from his 2 defenders. And it looks like Holy Ghost is going to try some offensive here. And it will be Jacob Samaki trying to go on this offensive attack. Failed. That's Hanneran. It'll be a free kick for Holy Ghost with only 2 minutes left. Looks like this kick will come courtesy of, looks to be Aaron Roth here, as it is at the midline. Aaron Roth does have a great foot here, and he will be able to do something here. Hopefully center it towards the middle for maybe another Holy Ghost goal, but it's going to be far kick for him.
Couldn't agree more with what you just said there, Vincent. It's going to be a far kick. I don't think we're going to get another goal. It's a stop clock, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. It's been like that for a couple seconds now. It's a rare sight to see.
Yeah, it seems like there is some delay on the field here. Should Pop back up after this kick. Roth plays it towards the middle. As we said, far kick. It's high in the air, and it looks like Gavin Persieri's going to get that easily. He's going to throw it over to his attacker. That's Christopher Fielding. He gets around one of his defenders, and he's going to try and get it through the midfield. Not if Pulaski has anything to say as he steps up. Denise gets the ball now. Denise gets around to Tommy Walsh. Walsh is open on the side, trying to get around one of the defenders. He'll pass up to Torres, and the ball will be cleared away. Tiana has it here as he plays it up towards Walsh on the right side. He'll get it to Torres. Torres has the ball, trying to get around one. He does it. Cross towards the middle is deflected. Walsh seeing what he can do, and the ball is played away. Denise centers it towards the middle, and the ball is sprung away. Price springs it up. It's out of play. Bad ball there. It'll be Aaron Roth with 1:10 left. The throw-in. Here is Denise on the throw-in here. Gets it to Guerrero. Guerrero reviewing his options. He'll play it back. Deanna plays it up through the middle there, trying to get any of his offensive attackers. It's unsuccessful as the ball persists away. Nonetheless, a great step there by Torres. Gets around one defender. Centers it towards the middle for Pulaski. That's what Pulaski does. He gets the ball beautifully. A beautiful pass for Tommy Walsh, but they're going to call a foul, and it will be, or excuse me, I'm a little confused. They're going to call an offsides there, but I don't know if that's the best call, but Holy Ghost isn't going to argue, as it'll be a free kick for Bensalem. Guerrero has the ball now, plays it up to Pulaski. Pulaski towards the middle. Great slide tackle there to get the ball away, and it'll be cleared by Bensalem. 10 seconds left to play, counting down 5, 4. They need a shot here. Pulaski centers it towards the middle for anyone. It's going to go wide. Seconds wind down. First is over. 1-0 Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds as we are trying to win the Battle of Bensalem. We'll be back.
1, you're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of Holy Ghost Prep Soccer here under the floodlights at the DAC 4, the Battle of Bensalem Senior Night here. The half has just begun as Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds have a free kick here, courtesy of Johnny Pulowski.
Oh, I spot with my little eye. Something good. See your brother? Yeah, it's your brother. I spot. It's your brother.
Pulowski with the shot here gets it in. It'll be just wide, and it'll be a 6 kick for Holy Ghost Prep. Excuse me, Bensalem. So it will be number 4, Inu Garcia on the 6 here, as he usually takes them. As we just enter the second half, Holy Ghost Prep is still up 1-0. They've played a decent game so far. You know, they had a bit of flair at the end of the half, but I wouldn't say they played amazing this game thus far.
No, not at all. I mean, they got the goal. They're 1-0, but the defense, you know, Vincent, is just lacking a lot right now. So if they want to do better, they got to pick up the defense.
Here is a shot by Bensalem, blocked away by a defender for Holy Ghost. And there is Samaki getting the ball up the field. Tommy Walsh has it, gets a head on it, gets a foot on it there as he plays around his defender. A great play there as he gets around, going for the through ball. It's unsuccessful as the ball is launched up near us here. It'll be a far throw in here for Holy Ghost.
And it looks to be for Holy Ghost. It's going to be number 21 on the throw-in, Vincent Samparelli. I mean, how do you think Vincent's been playing so far, Vincent?
He's played good in his time where he's had to be on the field. He obviously didn't start with the seniors playing, but he's been solid on the back end, you know. Usually Adrian Calderon's down there, or some mix of people are back there, but, you know, he's stepped up pretty well tonight.
Couldn't agree more with you.
It's a corner kick here for Holy Ghost. It'll be Johnny Pulowski. Kicks the corner here, a little bit too much steam on it, but the ball is going to be right aside the net. It's a save. And it'll be deemed a 6 kick here. Inu Garcia once again. 3 minutes into second half. Garcia the kick here. Plays it up towards the midfield. On the right side, trying to get it past the Holy Ghost defender. It's unsuccessful as Holy Ghost will re-emerge with the ball here. That's Aaron Rolfe. He'll kick it far and wide to Johnny Pulowski. And Brandon Lawson's going to get the ball once again here. A lot of pressure and transitional play here by Bensalem, but it's unsuccessful as Holy Ghost is going to get it once again.
This has been Salem's time. You know, Holy Ghost is just playing worse right now. And now they have the opportunity to, Bensalem has that opportunity to capitalize on this and to try to get an easy goal out of it.
Nonetheless, Holy Ghost is fumbling on defense here as a shot on goal. It's unsuccessful. We'll have a corner kick here from Bensalem. Not very good for Holy Ghost if they've been fumbling the transitional gameplay towards the midfield. They need to step up there. But nonetheless, we'll have a throw in here, a corner kick here for Bensalem.
Like I was saying, you know, with this corner kick now, this is an opportunity for them to try to score a goal and tie this game 1-1.
Here is the corner, low ground ball there, just stuck in the middle, and it's going to be an offside. It'll be a free kick for Holy Ghost Prep. You know, I would say this game has been pretty lackluster thus far. You know, some of Holy Ghost games come out with animosity, flair, and, you know, usually a lot of goals. But this game, it's been 1-0, kind of like the frenzy. Maybe Holy Ghost can eventually do something soon.
Hopefully, Vincent. But, you know, with the frenzy, we went into double overtime. I'm hoping today we don't go into double overtime. A nice end of regulation game would be nice for me.
Hopefully, Holy Ghost can get the win, though. Here is Brendan Lawson. He looks to go down a bit. He's wanting a call. No call there. But the ball has too much steam on it. It'll be a Holy Ghost throw-in once again. Thrown here by Zamparelli. Gets it to Walsh. Walsh reviewing his option. He's going to get it up. Play it to Lawson. Lawson, the through ball for Samaki. It's unsuccessful, and the ball will go wide. Persiri throws it, kicks it, punts it into offensive territory. Here is Tommy Walsh who has it. Plays it up through the midfield. Torres seeing what he can do, reviewing his options. The ball will go wide. Persiri has it. Easy save there. Persiri with the punt towards the midfield. It'll be Christopher Fielding getting the ball here. Bensalem's controlled much of the possession so far. Jack Pollock coming out for the ball. And that ball is going to just go over the net. Fortunate for Holy Ghost, as they will have a 6 kick here.
It's a good opportunity for Ghost. Horrible opportunity for Bensalem. They weren't able to score a goal off of that. So hopefully they can later on.
Ball is played towards the midfield. Here is Johnny Pulaski seeing what he can do. Holy Ghost really has no momentum right now. Spirits are kind of down as the midfield play has just been so lackluster right now. They have not had any good opportunities thus far. Hopefully something can come up soon, but not looking like it right now. Here is number 6, Isaac Mathieu on the kick. He centers it towards the middle. That'll be Jaden Torres easily acquiring the ball here. And the ball is just going to go on Pollock. An easy save here. He grasped the ball nicely.
Yeah, great opportunities here for Holy Ghost, but again, their defense and offense that they're playing is just a little bit lackluster at the moment. What they need to do is they just need to tighten up their defense and, tighten up a little bit of the offensive play that they're going, continue what they're doing, and then, this could lead to a second, maybe even a third goal as well.
This will be a throw-in here for Holy Ghost. So the ball is thrown in towards the midfield. McGinn gets ahead on it, seeing what he can do. This will be Lawson, centering it over towards Jaden Torres. It's unsuccessful as the ball goes astray. It'll be an offensive attack here for Bensalem, but they do kick it out. It'll be a throw in here. Ball thrown in to Christopher Fielding, seeing what he can do. And it'll be just out of play, throw in for Holy Ghost Prep.
Holy Ghost, playing this defense and offensive game a little sloppy right now. Not something you definitely want to do at the moment.
Lawson has it here towards the midfield. That's going to be Adrian Calderon clearing it. Ball is played back. Jaden Torres trying to get it. It'll be out of play off of a defender for Bensalem. That's number 25. Looks to be Dylan Barnhart, the freshman. Calderon looking to throw it in here. Throws it towards the midfield. Walsh gets ahead on it, plays it back. Here's Lawson, seeing what he can do. Has 2 defenders on him. Calderon tries to get around one of his guys. Samaki gets it over to Jaden Torres, who's going to try and put it on goal. There's way too much power on it. It goes over the net quite easily. It'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem. Here is a new Garcia on the kick. Plays it towards the middle. That's Colin McGinn getting a chest on it as Johnny Pulaski trying to do anything he can on the corner. It'll be a throw in for Ghost. Looks to be Aaron Roth on the throw in here, as he will play it towards the middle here for Tommy Walsh. Walsh gets it to Lawson. Lawson the shot. Easily gobbled by the keeper. Save for Persiri.
It was a great shot by Lawson, yet just too much power and too straight onto it, and let Persiri get the save on that one.
Ball played up through the midfield. It's going to go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Bensalem. Here is Lawson as he plays it towards the middle. It is Bensalem to have it and easily saved by Jack Pollock. Ball played by Jack Pollock up through the midfield. Holy Ghost on an offensive attack here. Pulaski trying to get around multiple guys. That's what Pulaski does. He's got to center it towards the middle. It's unsuccessful. But it looks like it's going to be Colin McGinn. Gets it towards the middle for Walsh. Walsh has it, plays it back, and it's going to scoop out, and it'll be Bensalem ball. Played up towards the right wing. It's going to be Mason Deanna playing it back to his keeper, Jack Pollock, here as Holy Ghost tries to regroup. With 30 minutes left to play in the game, Holy Ghost still up 1-0 over the Bensalem Owls. Here's Pollock as he punts it towards the midfield. Gets it for Walsh, who hits a header there, trying to get it to Pulaski. Walsh is going to re-emerge with the ball. Walsh on the left side of the pitch. Plays it, stops on a dime. Gets it towards the center for Pulaski. Pulaski tips it straight into keeper's gloves. That'll be Persiri. He'll have the ball with a couple seconds remaining.
That's a great save there by Persiri. You know, Vincent, he's been doing a lot of work so far here for this. What do you think, is going to go on with him later on in the game?
Yeah, later on in the game, he's going to really have to lock in as Holy Ghost's flare is going to start to come up, and they're going to try and get some good offensive attacks. Nonetheless, back as we resume play, McGinn tries to get the ball through the midfield. It's unsuccessful as number 25, that'll be a new Garcia, gets it through the midfield, stops on a dime around a guy. The Bensalem fans are going crazy as they do have a part in the student section because, Battle of Bensalem, same town, same rivalry. Here's Tommy Walsh, gets it up for Torres, and he's going to put it on goal. He seems very disappointed as he ragely outbursts in anger. It'll be a 6 kick here for Bensalem.
I mean, you can get really angry, Vincent, on the field, but I mean, I could hear what he said from that here. It's not something you really want to say right next to a ref. Nonetheless, to be saying that, that could always end up being a yellow card in someone's favor.
Walsh plays it over to Torres, and he just gets swatted away. You can tell by Walsh's movements and attitudes that he is not happy with what's going on the field right now. He did have a good contribution on the first goal, but Holy Ghost is going to need to lock in and have some good play from him to do good for the rest of the game. And he's going to be called offsides as his tempers continue to flare. It'll be a free kick here for Bensalem. Free kick here, courtesy of number 25, Dylan Barnhart, the freshman for Bensalem. Here is Barnhart on the kick. Lofts it towards the midfield as Aaron Roth gets it, but he's going to head it over to a Bensalem defender. Nonetheless, Johnny Pulaski has the ball, racing towards the attack. Gets stopped by one of the defenders, tries to put it on goal. Easy save there by Persiri with 26 minutes remaining in the game. Holy Ghost needs something to give soon if they want to continue this lead, and they need to keep playing some great defense. What are your thoughts on the defense they've played thus far this half?
They're playing okay defense, but again, nonetheless, they're not playing the greatest of defense at the moment. They could always be better, and if they really want to win, they got to pick up the defense more.
I would like you to compare maybe the defense from the first half to the second half. I feel like it's gotten a lot better though. Holy Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost's offense in the first half, you saw them get the goal. That was amazing. Their offense on the second half, they've shot a lot of attempts at the goal and not hitting as many, but at least they're getting to the goal and they're able to make those shot attempts onto it. The first half for the defense was just something to never write home about. Unforgettable experience. They're playing defense, but nonetheless that they're just not getting to where they've been in previous games. If you look back at the Frenzy, they were doing amazing, and then you look at this game, and by now they should be playing almost lockdown defense, and they're just not really. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do for the rest of the 25 minutes we have left in regulation.
The ball is played out by Bensalem defense. It'll be a throw for HolyGhostPrep here. There are some substitutions on the field for Holy Ghost. Looks like we do have Vincent Zamparelli coming onto the field as a midfielder here. Or, right back. Looks like Brendan Lawson will stay on, the captain, as they will need him for the end portion of this game. Ball thrown in here by Matt Cole. Gets it to Pulowski. Pulowski in the midfield, trying to get around one defender. Gets around two. Shot on goal. Off the crossbar. What a shot. Unsuccessful, though, as the ball is played out towards Brendan Lawson. And it's going to be Bensalem trying to go on the attack. But Holy Ghost keeps the ball in. Walsh has it. Plays it to Brendan Lawson in the midfield. And he just gets stripped of the ball. Brendan Lawson, usually one of the key contributors in the game, hasn't done much tonight. Hopefully we're going to see something from him tonight. Some more, maybe a goal, maybe an assist, maybe some great defensive play. Your thoughts on how he's played far today?
Well, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover right now. I mean, remember, Lawson's been out for about a week. He hasn't been played. He's been nursing this ankle injury, so definitely he's playing a lot more cautious today than he's played in other games. Where before the injury, where he's able to play very aggressively, but with effectiveness on the aggressiveness. Now, yes, he can play. Yes, he can play this aggressiveness on the field, but he has to still remember to nurse this injury.
Yeah, it definitely has been a little cautious. And the ball is played sloppily in Holy Ghost, and we did have a bit of a problem, technical issue there with the mic for a second. But Holy Ghost trying their best here to do anything they can on defense, and it looks like there's going to be a corner kick here. Ball is thrown in by Bensalem. And Tommy Walsh has it now. Plays it to Matt Cole. Zamparelli has it in the midfield. Gets it to Tommy Walsh. Back to Cole. Back to Walsh. Tic-tac-toe. But he has just stumbled down. No call. Holy Ghost upset. But they'll have to continue on. Just to let you guys know, unfortunately we have had some cutting out of the mics if there were some issues there. But nonetheless, we are back. Hopefully everything is once again okay as we enter near the final 20 minutes of the half. And, Holy Ghost really needs to lock in and get an insurance goal here so they can be up to a big lead. But nonetheless, if you're still tuning in, they are up 1-0. And it looks like there's some delay on the field here. Looks like it'll be a throw-in for Bensalem, Holy Ghost. It will be Calderon on the throw-in as he plays it towards the middle for Matt Cole. Lawson gets a foot on it. Walsh gets it over to Cole on the other side. He'll play it up for Zamparelli. He'll get it back to Cole. Back to Zamparelli. Zamparelli has room. Crosses it, trying to get it on goal. Weird play there. Tries to cross it and a shot in between. Good try by Zamparelli. Ball played through the midfield. Cole can't drop it, but it looks like it's going to be Cole who's on the aggression again. Gets it to Hannaran. Plays it towards the middle. Unsuccessful as Bensalem will retain possession on the right side of the pitch. They go up, trying for a through ball. It'll be Mason Deanna who easily reacquires the ball. And it'll be a 6 kick for Holy Ghost. As some substitutions come onto the game, it looks like Vincent Zamparelli will be coming off for Daniel Salia.
I mean, Holy Ghost's offensive play there has just been nothing good at the moment. If they want to do better, they have a lot of work that they got to do if they want to, continue to improve.
Ball played through the midfield. Holy Ghost trying to do something here. Here is the shot and goal by Tommy Walsh. 2-0 Holy Ghost Prep. The insurance goal that was desperately needed. What a goal by Tommy Walsh.
And a goal by a senior. Senior night. We got a senior goal tonight. Always great to see. Great job by Tommy Walsh. And there's the offense that they needed right there, Vincent.
The insurance
I was
goal.
telling them, I was saying that they need to play better offense. And what did they do? They go and score another goal.
That's amazing for Holy Ghost. Insurance, 2-0. Hopefully they can close out these 20 minutes and get the win for the Firebird fans. You know, just a beautiful pass towards the inside and even more of a beautiful shot by Tommy Walsh to put it home. You know, Bensalem's really going to have to lock in to try and tie up this game, and Holy Ghost is going to have to keep playing their great defense they've been playing all game. This will be a free kick for Holy Ghost, courtesy of, Mason Deanna. See, you know, usually takes the 6 kick. They change it up this game a bit, but he'll take this free kick here. Plays it up for Lawson. Gets a shoulder on it there as Lawson plays it up the left side. It looks like it's going to deflect off Johnny Pulaski. It'll be out of play and a throw-in for Holy Ghost. Or they're going to call a foul on Bensalem. A free kick here for Johnny Pulaski. It's going to be tapped to him. Nate Cole, free opportunity here. Cole on the shot. He scores! 3-0 Holy Ghost. Matt Cole gets on the board. Another goal for Holy Ghost. 3-0. What a beautiful turn of events there. From going from the defense to the offense, to the free kick, to the goal. Great
3 goals by Holy Ghost Prep. Now this is something you want to see. Only 1 goal though, Vincent. Do keep in mind, has been by a senior. 2 have been by juniors. So,
true.
I mean, they should rename this to Junior Night.
Could say.
Yeah, baby.
But nonetheless, Holy Ghost doing well right now, as Bensalem's going to need something to give to get them back in this game. The tap by Bensalem comes back to the defense. They're facilitating the ball in the defensive zone as it is played up through the midfield. Mason Deanna gets a header on it. He plays it to Lawson. Lawson through the midfield. Scoops it up for Matt Cole, who gets it again. Plays it up, and it will be intercepted by Bensalem. Holy Ghost reacquires the ball. Daniel Salee is tripped up. They're going to call a foul. Free kick Holy Ghost once again. It'll be Aaron Roth on this one, this side. You know, Holy Ghost has all the pressure right now, all the opportunities. What do they need to do to keep closing this game out?
I mean, to close this game out, 18 minutes and 28 seconds left. I think a 4th goal would be nice. It would be a kind of a seal in the coffin, because 3 goals is still an opportunity here.
Hannaran kicks it towards the middle off the centering, and that ball is just going to be cleared away, far and away, by Bensalem. Samaki gets the ball off that. Aiden Price does lose it there. Here's Hannaran. Hannaran going around 2, getting around his 3rd, crossing it towards the middle for Salee. It's unsuccessful, and Lawson just volleys that ball, unfortunately, off his cleat there, and Holy Ghost is going to turn the ball over. There's going to be some scrums here in the midfield as Aaron Rolfe gets it by, trying to get it through. He'll get it to Salee. Salee has room, going past his defender. Salee is heavily influenced there by his defender, pushed down. They're going to call a hold, and there will be a free kick for Holy Ghost. They're going to call a yellow card on him. It looks like he is going to have to sit. That is number 2, Daniel Kalita. First yellow card of the game thus far, and it will be a free kick for Owen Hannaran.
I mean, that's kind of funny, you know. It's kind of like a doppelganger, Vincent. You know, Daniel Kalia got a yellow card for holding on Daniel Salee.
Pretty funny. And here is Hannaran on the free kick with 17 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Holy Ghost still up 3-0. If you are just tuning in, 2 goals decently fast. And here's Hannaran on the kick. Gets it towards the middle for Salee. They're going to call offsides. That's going to be a free kick for Bensalem. some bickering coming there from Daniel Salia. Bensalem will take that as it will be a 6 kick for number 25, Dylan Barnhart, as we enter the final half of the second half.
I mean, yeah, the final second half is almost over. 3-0 Holy Ghost Prep, and soon to be a potential win for them. I think now I can confidently say, Vincent, this far into the game, that this is a sure out 100% win for Holy Ghost.
I mean, it's going to be near impossible for Bensalem to come back with the Holy Ghost defense, but we will have to wait and see. Looks like this game could be not usually what we see during the games, and, Holy Ghost being close and going to overtimes, but this has been a good game for Holy Ghost so far. And that ball will be out of play off Colin McGinn. It'll be a 6 kick for Barnhart. Holy Ghost, this is a big rivalry, probably one of, if not our biggest, playing against our intertown rivals here. Holy Ghost can assert their dominance. They're the whole section dedicated to Bensalem fans, and they might have as many fans as we have in our student section right now. But nonetheless, Holy Ghost is putting on a show for our fans as they are winning 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with it. But I mean, in my opinion, Vincent, I think our biggest public school rival has to be Bensalem, but our biggest private school rival is LaSalle.
Of course, but we usually do not. The reason I didn't include them was we don't usually play them in soccer. That's more of a hockey.
We don't play them normally. Yes, we play them in hockey and basketball, and over the last couple of years, especially basketball, we haven't beaten them yet. But in hockey, we just beat them last year. But in soccer, I think our JV teams have played LaSalle a couple of times, Vincent. So you can definitely get that rivalry there. But definitely for varsity soccer, Bensalem is our biggest rival.
But definitely next year we will be playing them as we are entering the PCL, the newest edition, the 15th member of the Philly Catholic League. It's going to be interesting to see, because we play all these independent schools that aren't in leagues and stuff. We play some schools like Father Judge, but whole new take, especially in every sport. There's going to be Ryan and the Conwell League and all these good teams that are going to be a real face of challenge for Holy Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to experience it, unfortunately, since the effect comes in for the 2026-2027 year, but definitely going to be interesting for y'all on the sports side. I mean, this could be one last year of Holy Ghost Prep glory before they go into a bigger challenge in the PCL. I mean, you have teams in there that, they're known for their sports. They play, that's what they do. They recruit kids to play their sports. So it's definitely going to be a big challenge, but I think Holy Ghost has always been up for a challenge, and to join the PCL after being in the independent league for so long, they're up for it, and they could do well.
Definitely, it's definitely going to be a challenge, but it's also going to give Holy Ghost teams more respect by being in these harder leagues. It's the hardest league in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. It's known in the state. Some of these teams are well known as some of the best teams in the country and state, and just really impressive to be among some of these elite teams.
Yeah, but again, Vincent, like I said, this could be one last year of amazing dominance by Holy Ghost Prep. One of the only teams in our school that is not joining the PCL is going to be our hockey team. They're going to stay in the APAC, but they already play most of the teams in the PCL as being in the APAC right now. So I think, soccer is going to get more difficult, but I think the incoming
soccer, basketball.
I think the incoming class coming in they're going to do well.
Yeah, they're going to have to step up the competition. But nonetheless, we get back to play with 13 minutes remaining. Holy Ghost still up 3-0. Nothing major took place while we were talking about the PCL, but Holy Ghost trying to advance with the ball. This is Nick Graff here, seeing what he can do. He gets stopped there. A lot of the seniors back on the field here for the final minutes of the game as we are up 3-0. Let them enjoy the night,
Yeah, I mean, it's their night. It's the night to remember the seniors. This is one of our last home games in the season. Typically, we do our last home game of the season before playoffs as senior night, but, we did it a little bit earlier. We still have 2 more games on the 3rd and the 10th here at home, but it's their night. We should give it to them. They're already up 3-0. You got 12 minutes left. I think, you can confidently put your guys in and give them, one last hoorah.
Yes, definitely, as most, if not all, the seniors are in right now. some familiar faces you don't usually see on defense, like Jaden Torres is playing on the right back here. One notable name not on the field right now is Brendan Lawson, as he is probably just resting for the injury. Nonetheless, he played a great game coming back, of course being cautious, but Holy Ghost still played a great game today.
Well, it isn't over yet, so, there may be a chance for another goal here. I mean, remember, we saw a game here that was, 8-0?
8-0, yeah.
So, it's always possible.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we are entering almost the final 10 minutes of the game. Bensalem choppy in the midfield here as Holy Ghost is just kind of wavering the time down, trying to let the final moments tick. Here is McGinn as he tries to launch up the field. Gets it to Walsh, and Walsh is going to get it intercepted, and it'll be out of play. A throw-in for Bensalem. Here is Barnhart on the throw-in. Throws it towards the middle. And there's just still some choppy play towards the midfield. It looks like John Kensick's going to go down there. He'll get back up. Looks to be in a sort of discomfort. And Aaron Roth's just going to play that towards the other side of the field. It'll be a throw-in for Bensalem. And the goalie's out of the cage. Holy Ghost trying to do whatever they can. Sorry, Mike's did cut out there for a second. And Holy Ghost bench was going crazy as they're trying to get Nick Graff a goal. Doesn't play that many minutes. Could have been a fun experience for him. But nonetheless, Bensalem takes the ball back on the offensive territory.
Unfortunate there. A wide open goal for Holy Ghost Prep could have been amazing. But nonetheless, they're still up 3-0 and 10 minutes left. Not much they can do less.
Nick Graff trying for his attempts, but the ball is just scrappily played in the midfield as Aaron Roth gets a foot on that one, and John Kensick's going to be taken down. That'll be a foul. Free kick, Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost, those 2 wins really did hurt them in the standings for a playoff position. You'd love to have Holy Ghost here at home for a playoff game. It'd be packed. People would be here. It'd be hype. But nonetheless, Holy Ghost should be able to get a win here on the board as the ball goes into Pisiri. Pisiri has time to just wait around a bit. He'll punt it and get it towards Adrian Calderon on the left side of the pitch.
Adrian's been playing a wonderful game today. I mean, really stepping up, really playing well. I mean, everyone is. Even those guys that have just come in for one of their first games of the season. Everyone's playing well in Holy Ghost now. They they have the momentum. They have the cheers from the crowd. You can hear the cheers from the crowd most of the times. I think they're gonna get this this pre-win for on the season pretty well.
Yeah, definitely some great play by the Firebirds today. Looks like there's going to be a throw in here, courtesy of number 4. That'll be Inu Garcia. Actually, they're going to call a foul. It'll be a free kick as we have 8 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the game. Header here by Aaron Roth. And that'll be Aiden McKenna who plays it back to his goaltender, Jack Pollock. Pollock plays it towards the middle. There's Tommy Walsh. And the ball just played by Inu Garcia once again. Not any real pressure applying anywhere right now, as everyone just kind of waiting around for this game to tick down to the final seconds. Bensalem trying to do anything they can to get any momentum or any pressure, but Holy Ghost is just denying every chance. And they're going to call a foul it'll be out of play, and a throw-in for Holy Ghost Prep. Throw-in by Torres, gets it to Walsh. Walsh has it once again, trying to get up, but he's upended. Gets it over to Graff. Graff trying to see anything he can, but it's just stripped away from him once again. McGinn has the ball in the midfield. He's going to play it up for Tommy Walsh. Walsh plays in the middle, trying to get around, and the ball will just be deflected out of play. It'll be a 6 kick for Bensalem Owls.
Not much left to, not much to commentate here,
Yeah,
Vincent. It's
it's
just
been a-
pretty back and forth soccer.
For about 10 minutes there, we had some exciting plays, but as Bensalem really hasn't done much this game thus far, Holy Ghost has had some time to just relax and chill. Here is Torres with the ball, trying to go on the offensive pursuit there. Here is a throw-in from Aaron Roth. Roth throws it in, trying to get it to McKenna. It's unsuccessful, as Barnhart's going to try and go on an offensive pursuit here. It's unsuccessful. Aiden Price actually does reacquire the ball, but he is just simply denied by the wall back there, Mason Diana, as Aiden McKenna plays it up, and he is just stopped. Some back and forth right now, nothing really happening, and the ball is cleared away by Gina Torres. It'll be a throw-in for Bensalem. Here is Barnhart on the throw-in with 5 minutes left to play. Aaron Roth hits it through the midfield. Walsh over to McKenna. McKenna upended. Ball's going to get away from him, and the ball will just roll on to Jack Pollock easily, as he will try to waste as much time as he can. As the time ticks down, he plays it through the midfield, trying to get it to Nick Graff. Graff, a nice settle there. He's going to hit it just a bit far from him, and it will be out of play. They're also going to have substitution here. Brendan Lawson playing striker for Tommy Walsh, trying to get a goal on senior night with 5 minutes left. Throw in here, coming off the head of Aaron Roth. John Kensick gets the ball over to McGinn. The through ball for Lawson. Lawson has it on the left side of the pitch, seeing what he can do. Stops on a dime, trying to get around one of his defenders. Chips it towards the middle for Kensick, and that ball is just going to be cleared into the woods.
That is our first ball that's gone straight into the woods tonight. I mean, you get at least 3 or 4 of those a game. So, I mean, it's interesting to see that that's the first one.
After about 3 hours of soccer today, that's the first one. Surprising a bit. But nonetheless, it'll be a throw-in, courtesy of Adrian Calderon. Ball deflected to Lawson. Lawson, the shot on goal. It's deflected away. He wanted it bad. 6 kick for Bensalem. Or excuse me, that will be a corner kick for Holy Ghost. Looks like Aiden McKenna is going to take it. We have not seen him take any corners or free kicks this year thus far, as he has not played that much, but we'll see. He gets his opportunity here. Trying to back up as much as he can. Takes the kick well over. Gets it towards Aaron Roth, or excuse me, John Kensick for the header. It's unsuccessful. It goes well wide over the net.
I mean, with 3 minutes, 40 seconds left, Vincent, I think this is a surefire win for HolyGhostPrep.
I think it's been a surefire win since the start of half, to be honest, Just the way they've been playing. Great win to get back on the board. Here is Lawson trying to get the ball again. He's upended. McGinn plays it through the midfield. Gets it out for Salia. Salia has room. Salia, the shot on goal. It'll be a corner kick for Ghost again. Don't know who's going to take this one. Trying to decide amongst themselves. They're going to give it to the captain, Brendan Lawson, on senior night, with 3 minutes left to play, taking the corner here. I know he wants a goal bad. He promised me a goal in class today. Hopefully he can deliver. Lawson on the kick, plays it towards the middle, header by Barnhart, and that's cleared far and away. Torres heads it over to Lawson, and they're going to call an offsides. Kick here by Bach towards the midfield, back to Lawson. He's going to settle it. Gets it to McKenna. Beautiful head pass there. And it's just going to be cleared away. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Nick Graff gets the ball. Plays it over. Lawson trying to get it. Trying to score his goal. Unsuccessful. And it looks like the ball is going to be cleared. And it's going to be McGinn trying to get it back to his defender. That'll be Jaden Torres. Torres plays it up to Nick Graff. Nick Graff seeing if he gets a shot. He puts it right wide of the net. No goal there. And Tommy Walsh is going to come in defense for Aaron Roth here. Some crazy stuff to see playing Tommy Walsh on the back end. They're having a bit of fun with 2 minutes left. Enjoying their senior night here. Here is Passeri on the 6. Kicks it towards the right side. Nick Graff on the pursuit trying to get it. Nick has it on the right side. Defended by 3 defenders. Trying to get around one. He is just stopped there. Kenzik gets the ball. Plays it. Gets around one defender. Trying to get it towards the middle. That's Lawson. Lawson has it. Gets around one. Trying to go around 2 and he's just upended. And he hurt his foot. Oh, this is not good. Brendan Lawson trying to have some fun. Looks like he hurt his foot a bit. He is limping a tiny bit. Looks like he's going to try to stick it out and be all right here. Deanna plays it towards the middle. Getting to Calderon. Calderon going on offense. Try and get it towards the middle. He's just stopped there. And it's going to be Kenzik trying to do anything he can. Here is Mason Deanna. He's going to kick it out. And that'll be time. As the game is almost ending with 1 minute remaining. It'll be a throw-in for Bensalem. After Holy Ghost had some of their fun, they're going to be happy with the end result. What did you say, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a HolyGhostPrep win here on senior night against Bensalem. So, it ticks all the boxes for what they were trying to go for. Senior scored a goal. They beaten our inner town rival. They won.
Yeah, and the most important, they're looking like they're having some fun out there.
Yeah, they do look like that. So I think they ticked all the boxes tonight.
Here is Celia with 30 seconds left, seeing if they can produce any more goals. Celia on the right side. He's going to cross it for Nick Graff, and it goes just wide of him. He was so close to getting his first goal of the season, but it's unsuccessful. And the ball will just be cleared away as Calderon has it. He'll play it back to the keeper. 10 seconds remaining. 7, 6, going down to 4, 3, 2, 1. A clear by Mason Deanna will end the game. 3-0 Holy Ghost win. They win the Battle of Bensalem. Senior night, 2-0 on the day. Holy Ghost, great gameplay. They played very good today.
Yeah, they
Both
played
teams.
amazing. Both teams played amazing.
Just impressive work from everyone here, All the goalies, JV, the 2 JV goalies, Pollock, the attackers, the 6 goals out of JV, the 3 out of Ghost today, the shutout by Pollock. Great playing by Holy Ghost. Great game, great day. We'll be back on the 3rd, Friday, 4 o'clock, against someone. I don't know yet right now.
We'll figure that one out. To be determined.
Yes, to be determined. But that's all from the deck tonight. Happy senior night. Have a good one, everybody. I'm Vincent Riccio.
And I'm Steven Simon.
HGPTV.